IRIFM wishes to advise that the views expressed on the Cutting Edge are not necessarily those of the company.
Listening to your radio, Cutting Edge is on your stereo, yeah. Mutabaruka leads the way, so just you let the station play, yeah. Say your teachings got to hold on me, yeah. But this is Kimani and you're listening to, Mutabaruka. IRIFM, Cutting Edge. Whoa.
With Mutabaruka, we are listening to our laments. You know here, Cutting Edge. The end! The end!
I'm so glad.
I'm glad to have many friends, black and white, Indians and colors, national, international. Black is beautiful.
IRIFM, thought-provoking, always smoking. Lyrics like a bazooka. You are listening to Mutabaruka.
When I look at Africa, many questions come to mind. Many times I ask myself, what would happen if Mwalimu were to rise up and see what is happening? Many times I ask myself, what would happen if Kwame Nkrumah and Patrice Emery Lumumba were to rise up and see what is happening? Because what they would be confronted with is an Africa where the Democratic Republic of Congo is unsettled. There is a war going on there, but it is not on the front pages of our newspapers because we don't even control our newspapers and the media. As I speak to you, the Central African Republic is at war, but we talk of it only mutedly. As I speak to you now, in South Sudan, the youngest nation in Africa, the Nuer have risen against the Dinka. As I speak to you now, Eritrea is unsettled. As I speak to you now, there is an ease in Egypt as there is an ease in Libya. In Niger, it is no better. In Senegal, in the Casamance, is no better. In Somalia, is no better. Africa is at war with herself. This is what they would be confronted with. They would be confronted with an Africa which statisticians and romantic economists say is growing, but which in truth is stagnated. That is the Africa that they would be confronted with. They would be confronted with an African which, as Professor Mlama intimated in our presentation here, is an African which is suffering from schizophrenia. He does not know herself. They would be confronted with an African whose young men and women have no interest and low love for their continent. They would be confronted with an Africa where young men and young women are constantly humiliated at the embassies of European countries and at the United States of America as they seek the almighty green card. They would be confronted with an Africa where young men and women from Niger, Nigeria, Senegal, Mali, and Mauritania drown in the Mediterranean as they seek to be enslaved in Europe. This time round, Africans are not wailing and kicking as they are being taken away to be enslaved. They are being seen wailing and kicking as they seek to be enslaved in Europe and America. This is the tragedy of Africa. They'll be confronted with an African where people have lost their self-pride. An Africa where Africans are not proud of their things. An Africa where in the hotels of Dar es Salaam or Nairobi, even food has foreign names. When we fry potatoes, we call them French fries, even when they are fried in Dar es Salaam. That is the Africa that they would be confronted with. They would be confronted with another Africa. An Africa which does not tell her story. An Africa whose story is told by Europe and America, the CNN, Radio Deutsche Welle, Radio France. That is the Africa they would be confronted with. They would be confronted with the young men and women who have no pride in Africa. When they want to enjoy themselves, they sing the praises of football teams from Europe and America. It is Manchester United. It is Arsenal. It is Real Madrid. And Barcelona, not Yanga, not Mufulira Wanderers, not Gor Mahia, not FC Leopards. No. That is the Africa that they would be confronted with. They would be confronted with an Africa which does not enjoy its theater and drama. That Africa celebrates Leonardo DiCaprio. It celebrates Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. The Africa does not celebrate Genevieve Naji of Nigeria, or Rita Dominic, or Lou Jacobs of Nigeria. It does not celebrate Bongowood or Nollywood or Riverwood. It celebrates Hollywood. That is the Africa with which they would be confronted. They would be confronted with African women whose greatest source of joy is cheap grade B Mexican soap opera, La Patrona, La Mujer de mi Vida, The Rich Also Cry. Why must we remind ourselves of these realities? Because throughout the ages, the battle has always been the battle of the mind. And if your mind is conquered, then you are going nowhere. And that is why in the ages of enlightenment in Europe, the great René Descartes said, cogito ergo sum, I think, therefore I am. And therefore, if Africans are to begin to make a contribution in their affairs, Africans must begin to think. But the question is, are we thinking? We have universities in their numbers. Tanzania has universities including Dar es Salaam. Nairobi has universities, as indeed Kampala, as indeed South Africa, Johannesburg. We have all these universities. We have engineers. But our roads are not being made by Tanzanian civil engineers. It is the Chinese who are present in this assembly who are making our roads. So we have engineers who cannot even make roads. We have doctors whom we have trained. But when we are sick, particularly if we are of the political class, depending on who colonized you, if you are colonized by the United Kingdom, you rush to London. If you are colonized by the French, you rush to Paris. If you are colonized by the Portuguese, you rush to Lisbon. And if you are colonized by the Spaniards, you rush to Madrid, Spain. And recently, because the Asians are beginning to get their act together, we run to India. And very lately, because the Arabs are also beginning to get their act together, we run to Dubai. Notwithstanding that we have the Kenyatta hostels of this country, the Muhimbilis of Tanzania, the Chris Hani Baragwanaths of South Africa, and the Mama Yemos of Kinshasa in Zaire or the Democratic Republic of Congo, but we have no faith in our doctors. In the area of education, we also don't have faith. Our political class introduced something that they call free education, but is free indeed, free of knowledge. because they are so suspicious of those institutions that the typical African politician would not dare take their children to those schools. Their children will be educated in the British system, in the American system, so that when they graduate, they go to the United Kingdom, to the United States. Not that there is anything wrong with those institutions, but the agenda is wrong because our leaders long lost the script and ought to be described for who they are, our misleaders. But we are co-authors of our own misfortune. Whenever we are given an opportunity to elect our leaders, we are given a blank check. And if you permit me a little latitude, and if you give me a blank check, and you allow me to analogize, and you say that I'm given the blank check to buy a Mercedes-Benz, what we do is that when we are called upon, having been so empowered, we buy what one calls a tuk-tuk from India and expect it to behave like a Mercedes-Benz. How does that happen? Because what we do is to elect thieves. We elect hyenas to take care of goats, and when the goats are consumed, we wonder why.
Thought-provoking, always smoking. Lyrics like a bazooka, baruka. Thought-provoking, always smoking. Lyrics like a bazooka, baruka.
A black man redemption. Oh, yeah, yeah. A black man redemption. Oh, yeah.
RFM, #1 radio station in the whole wide world, Nigeria.
Africa had great kings and queens, you should know. Search your history, it will show. If you know not from whence you came, you are doomed to live in shame.
Great kings of Africa, rulers all around.
Thought-provoking, always smoking. Lyrics like a bazooka, baruka.
The days of slavery. And they pick up.
Good night. This is the Cutting Edge on RFM. This is the Black History Month edition of the Cutting Edge. Can you know, say every February we have to celebrate Black History Month. This is the time when African people is expected to do a revision not only of themselves but of the nation of African people, and say how far we have come and how farther we should have been, what we have lost and what we have found. So we here on the Cutting Edge relate to this concept of celebration of Black history and how we should connect ourselves with history in order to realize where we should go. Before we start, we want to send condolences to, well, first we want to send condolences to Queen Ifrika, whose mother, Aita, as she's affectionately called, passed on today. She passed on today, and we want to send condolences to all the ones who was touched by Aita and all the ones who associated with this Rasta woman. So we want to send that condolence out there and make it spread all over. This is the Cutting Edge on RFM. We have a brethren in the house here from England who is part of a radio station in England where I must say I've made cutting edge one of the biggest thing in England. Is that? Yeah. Yeah, as we tell you, say, we have a brethren out of England here, a Valentine.
Yes, thank you.
Here.
Thank you, Muta.
We're not here. Yes.
Yes, thank you, Muta. Yes, it's a pleasure to be here. Good evening, Jamaica. My name is Valentine. I'm from SLR Radio, based in London, England. And we stream IRFM live when we're not on air. So I'd just like to thank Muta for inviting me in tonight to keep him company for a little while. And yeah, I'm here to celebrate Black History Month as well. In England, we actually celebrate it in October, but yeah, over here it is the great month of February, and so apt as well because it's a great man's celebration tomorrow, Bob Marley. So yeah, so I'm just very, very pleased to be here and in the presence of Muta.
You know, we come to England, well, even before the radio station in England, but when we land in England, a lot of people knew the cutting edge because of the tapes them that was exported into England.
Okay.
By a whole heap of one. Those days was cassette. Right. Cassette did run the days in those days. You used to have people who just sit down on them radio, tape the program, and just send it to England to the point where we used to walk in a brick stand and see them and sell the cutting edge cassette them on the roadside.
Okay, I was unaware of that.
Yeah, and in a brick stand also you'd have a shop, Weatherman shop. I don't know if you know.
Okay, yeah, I know Weatherman shop because I grew up in Brixton Hill, so yes.
Yeah, well, Weatherman shop used to sell the cutting edge cassette them.
Okay.
You know, and I remember we had toured Italy one time, and outside of the show, some African out there did have the cutting edge cassette them as sell.
Right.
With label and everything.
Oh my gosh.
You know, so, I mean, when the radio station come up and we see and recognize that it created a stir around the program in England to the point where when we go England, even though people didn't know about poetry, but they started to know more about Mutabaruka now through the program. And everywhere we go was like a sold out situation with whole people, young people, and all of them set up at the door and wait for me to come out. We say, we listen to you at night time, you know, and you know, make we go sleep, you know, even though a morning, but we don't sleep and then we have to go to work and all them something. And we realize, say, I volunteered in a closet.
No, that's unfair. But listen, you're a big star over there in England, Muta. Yeah. All right. The time difference is difficult, but people do listen to the cutting edge. I can assure you, especially myself.
What SLR mean? It's like a gun business.
Yeah, that is very good. Yeah, right. The initials are from the three brothers that actually started the radio station. But yes, SLR does mean self-loading rifle and single-lens reflex in cameras. But it is in fact the initials of the people that actually started the radio station it's over 25 years ago now.
Yeah, and I remember I come up there one night and spent almost morning on the radio there, attack and answer calls and all them something there in a little room.
Yes.
One would be surprised to know that in this little room it was good. How far on the transmit though? In England or London? How far on the transmit?
Right. On the frequency, it's transmitted in North London, but you can pick us up now on the internet on slrradio.co.uk. And if you've got one of those smartphones, you can download the TuneIn app, and you can search for SLR, and you can save it on your smartphones, your iPhones and Samsungs, and you can take us anywhere in the world. Not just our radio station, most radio stations as well. So.
Well, I want to tell you, say, we give thanks for the thieving and the robbery, because the thieving and the robbery pay off and a whole heap away, because if it was for the SLR, trust me, man, believe you'll be, the program really extend itself. And now we hear that there is a what do you call it, a poll come out where the cutting edge is listened, the cutting edge is listened to into 150 at different countries.
Okay.
Yes, 150 at different countries.
Okay.
Cutting edge there.
Okay, Muti, you're educating me because I was unaware of that. So that's,
well, I was unaware of it until a sister in England sent me the chart.
Okay.
You know, Vietnam people are listening to it.
Oh my gosh.
You know, I mean, some place where me never ever know, say, people have radio that they place.
Well, you're getting worldwide exposure.
Papua New Guinea and all them places. So we give thanks, and I must say we appreciate the item.
Yeah. Well,
to teach the program.
Well, let me assure you, Muta. From time to time, we do have problems with our broadcast, and sometimes it's not on air. And whenever it is not on air, the management, they get a lot of problems from people in the people ringing saying what's happened to the cutting edge. So when we're not here and we cannot stream your program, there is.
So tell me something. Galaxy is our next radio. By the way, SLR is a pirate station.
Well,
I know you like the word pirate.
We're coming a bit further now. It's called community radio.
Community radio, okay.
Yes.
So then I have to take up the things on my road again.
No.
I know. Hey, people who don't know how England running now, but first time you did have some station with them dub pirate station, them say it's illegal.
That's correct.
And when police, the radio station, them set up in such a way, that's when police raid the place, when them come, them see an empty room. Because everybody pack up them equipment and go somewhere and then start transferring from a next place.
Yeah, you move from place to place.
Yes. So you say, no, it's not a thief in radio station again. It's a community radio station.
It's a community radio station, but it still occurs where the DTI, the Department of Trade and Industry, will shut down unauthorized radio
So
stations.
how come we not get shut down? We have friends in high places.
Yes, plus I think we have a broader appeal as well, because we do a charity day once a year as well.
Okay, on to bribe them.
Yeah. no, come on, Muta. No, we do a charity day, and we have a very good discussion program on a Monday where all gamut of topics are discussed, especially knife crime. We have a problem in England, in Britain, especially London, with knife crime, black knife crime. And we're trying to address that on our radio station. So that might be a reason.
That might be a reason, Yeah, I can remember I used to go to Galaxy too. Galaxy.
Yeah.
The thing with it is that Galaxy used to get the tape them, and the tape them is usually 90 minutes, and the program is like 4 hours. So when them play 90 minutes side, the people them vex because they say, so what happened to the other part of the program? You understand?
Okay, Muta, well, I can't comment on another radio station.
No, when me a comment on it, me a comment on it, me don't live in England. They can't say anything.
Okay.
They say, no, that the thing we don't know is that we don't go to the world 4 hours.
True, but
you know, as you speak, no police is coming through.
Wait, what do you mean? The police here in Jamaica?
Yeah. Because we don't catch a culprit.
No, I'm a good guy.
And you actually admit it too.
I'm a good guy.
Yeah, man. So we give thanks.
Thank you once again for inviting me in on the radio station, for sitting in, and for giving me time to say a few words on your show.
Yeah, man. Give thanks, man. Yeah, man. Anytime we come to England, SLR, we're there.
Yeah, well, I hope we can continue the association for a very, very long time to come.
All right, give thanks.
All right, thank you. Take care.
Yeah, cutting edge there. Black History Month. You know, every year there is a poetry movement that take place in Mandeville. And the man behind it is an ex-poet named Yasso Tafari. And this year is no different. And the 22nd Poetry in Motion come alive again. Who are Yellow Piazzos? Yellow Piazzos, what you know, man?
No, Yellow Mutabaruka give thanks, you know?
Yes, I know, say, this thing, you know, how much years you gone, you know? 12, 13, how much years you gone?
The one at 12, you know, we start 2004. We actually started on the 29th of February 2004, so we got 12 years this year now.
And I noticed that the 12 years have been very successful. I mean, really, I should not do it so long.
Yeah, well, I said successful by different, yardstick or different ways of measurement.
Well, when I measure it, because I said successful. Because, you know,
yes,
I said
it's successful.
Yeah,
successful.
Yeah.
And it grows from strength to strength.
Yes, that means it's successful. That means it's successful.
Yes. And people look forward to it. It become a calendar event in the central Jamaica that people look forward to, you know?
Yes, I really appreciate it because it's one of the programs them where I highlight poetry in front. Put the poetry in front, you know?
Yes.
All right. So this year you have it on the 22nd. It's every last Sunday you usually have it as usual.
Yeah, last Sunday of February. So the 22nd, and this year, for maybe about the 4th year in a row, we're having it at the Manchester Golf Club, which is on Brumelia Road. And you know, we start on time sharp, 6 p.m.
6 p.m. you start.
Yes, and it feature ones like yourself, Mutabaruka, the veteran poet in place, and Jean Binta Breeze.
Yes.
For the first time in Mandeville, and Pam Hall as a special guest, Randy McLaren, and Marie Wilmot. And you have a lady, Mrs. Allen, Georgia Allen, whose mother is a award-winning published poet from Mandeville, Kathleen Dunn, and we're paying her tribute to the recital of her daughter. We also have a young sister who is sharp and brilliant. She's Governor Stevens. We have Dr. Michael Abraham, and we also have Kelly Magnus, Charmaine Goodman-Teeth, Marcel Amdeep Allen from Montego Bay, and we have Sanko for Fashions, and certainly I'll be there as well, yes, truly.
So tell me something. Over the years you keep it, you see any move, not for the show itself, but any political movement in a Mandeville that it inspire?
Yeah, we see elements of that, especially like in the schools. You have a poetry club now at Church Teachers College. We see interest within the Northern Caribbean University. We see even a poetry competition that is happening among schools in Mandeville. And we see students, for example, Ashley Little. She came to one of the events when she was a little girl. She's now a medical student at the University of the West Indies. And everybody kind of recognized because that she didn't want to leave, and her dad was adamant that, she has to go to school in the following day. And she started to cry. And then within months, she went to her father and started writing, being inspired by that first experience with Poetry in Motion. And now she's a poet, and she has been performing several years at the event, and that was quite a while ago. And she's a medical student now. At the time when it happened, she was 8 years old. Yeah,
how old she is now?
She about 20. Yeah.
All right. Well, we want people them in the surrounding areas know that this is an annual event. It's not a new thing we have come up. It's an annual event, and it is always inspiring in relationship to, as we said before, putting the poetry up front, and it's good for know that the next poet I keep it too, so.
Yes, I will give thanks to the support that we get from the other poets over the year and the other people who help flavor the poetry in motion. And, you know, like people like Dr. Michael Abraham. Yourself now is a staple. People look forward and hear that is, oh, wait, what happened to Muta? You know, kind of so, you know, the whole thing is a movement whereby we get the support of one's community. And one of the reasons still now, is from the very first year, remember the first year in the Muta, it's like you pass the venue. And when you come in, it's like somebody was telling you that it's down there, so the event there, you say, no man, that look as home Prime Minister get married.
Oh, do you want to play set on? Do you want to play set on?
And the whole vibe. And so, from that very first year now, we presented our manager's check on stage to the designated charity. I think that first year was Manchester Infirmary. This year is the George and Gilbert Allen Educational Trust, which assists needy students at the Manchester High School. Okay. And so what I think was, which is kind of novel, is the fact that we are able to present our charity on stage at the event, you know, for openness and transparency. And so that it has been also a hallmark of the event. I mean, one year, for example, we presented an 8-year-old poet as well as an 82-year-old poet. And we have presented a range of poets and guests over the years, which reflect, you know, the plurality at different levels and unity in the community. So it becomes something like a family reunion that you know, people pride themselves that they have never missed one. You know,
and not only that, but Mandeville need it too, because you hardly hear any. When we say not, and I would say quality, but culturally, you know, reasonable, acceptable kind of event and take place in the area. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, you're right. And one other thing too, you know, Mandeville is a kind of like a peculiar community with peculiar people with a certain peculiar taste as well. And
it's like a republic. It's like a republic. Mandeville like a republic.
Yeah. And them love the idea of the clean, intelligent fun for the entire family, and you know, it's something where you learn, but you laugh, car. You know, it is something that make people relax. It's not like something stiff and rigid, but at the same time you feel empowered, you feel inspired, you feel uplifted, and so them kind of pride itself that 1 year we I don't know if you remember, some years we have like a Q&A thing, and we have snippets of paper going around and throwing out things and ask people. So I was asking them if they would be alright for us to take poetry motion elsewhere. Quite a few people, I mean, most of them came across and said, no, can't go anywhere else. And if you realize when people talk about the event, you know, they not say, well, I feel you should have care about Muta next year. They say, no, we feel have Muta every year. Then talk in terms of we, so the community owned the event. Okay, and that is something which kind of significant, you know. Right. I remember, you know, if you know, say a Black History Month at Manchester Golf Club, you know, so one time black people could go at a club there.
Yeah, well, no golf club, man. I mean, black people never used to play golf neither, you know what I mean? There, my boy there. When the boy there in England, in America, they name again.
Queen Tiger.
The tiger come broke down the barrier.
That's up the thing, yeah.
With that and thing with them little ball. You know, so we used to have the big ball game, them pot. Yeah. But now like we have the big balls and the little balls, them, you know, pot. So it's a thing. But yeah, man, so we are look forward to it. 22nd, as I say, it starts 6 o'clock. You can look forward to it. Poetry in Motion. Right, which part is again? Remind the people.
Manchester Golf Club, Brumelia Road, and this is Sunday, February 22nd at 6 p.m. Yeah. And tickets are available at places like Fontana, Heavens, Texaco, Junction Pharmacy, VW Investment, Cambio, and the whole poetry network in Central Jamaica, and outlets and performers and supporters, Villa Gardens and so on.
Yeah, man.
And we give thanks to the people who support it, the people who always come out. So we look forward again to the 12th stage, and for the 12th year we have an anniversary special.
Yeah.
And we have Jamaica National and Ira Live from Anguilla sponsoring 12 schools from Central Jamaica. And students and teachers to come out. So it's growing, and the school spread from Clarendon, Manchester St. Elizabeth, so it's not just Mandeville, Central Jamaica, and that has been very overwhelming. You know, we have a postload of students coming from Bethlehem Teachers College, people coming from Sparling, Clarendon, and Stets, and Bishops, and...
All right, and from all over Jamaica, you have to call us individually, all over Jamaica. All right, give thanks, Bridget, yeah?
Love and honor, give thanks, Mota, bless you.
All right.
Yeah.
All the mothers that cried? What about all the children that died? What about all the suicide and the pain we feel inside? What about all the shackles and chain? What about the messing up?
Yes. Cutting edge.
Alia.
Blessed.
Mutabaruka.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You know what I love all the reasoning with the eye? A Black History Month reasoning.
What reasoning, no?
Yeah, man. And I speak to the eye on behalf of the publishers of the Testament of Rastafari.
Okay.
Unlocking the KJV.
Oh, this Mandito.
Yes, I.
Okay, Harry.
I want to give respect to the eye, because when I respect about the eye will hold a reasoning, you know?
Yeah.
Different from certain other vibes where it's more difficult for hold a reasoning with that one. Now, it's Black History Month, and one of the things that we should have really also do in the month is to try seek to correct the history as much as possible. Not so, my brethren?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yes, and we know, say, since the advent of them Wikipedia and Google, and generally the general improvement in research technology has really been revealing a lot of things, lot of knowledge, you know, as the prophet would say, knowledge shall be increased. A lot of things which we didn't know before, a lot of things are more clarified now that we have the use of this technology. Now, the question of Marcus Garvey and the UNIA, my brethren, let me say this. There was no bigger Garveyite than I myself up to a time when certain things and certain revelation of, you know, certain facts which were previously hidden from I and I. And even so, those facts wouldn't have been too much to detract from, you know, the value of even, say, the philosophy of Marcus Garvey. But the real problem is right now is that there is a prophecy, for example, Isaiah 60 verse 22, which speaks of a nation, a small nation. I read it to the eye. A little one shall become a 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I, the Lord, will hasten it in his time. Now, you know, the time we're short right now, I just want to say there's no nation in earth right now that I see fulfill this prophecy other than Jamaica. And if anyone want to object to that, to say there's some other little country or nation, I would love them to consider and come forward and say which other little nation them thing fulfill this prophecy.
Hold on. So you say the part of the Bible will say that is Jamaica it relate to?
Yes, I definitely say that.
Okay.
And the thing with Marcus Garvey now is that there is this, what I would say, there is this need for I and I people to return to the memory of their God. You know, for example, the prophets that would say, seek, when they shall say to you, seek after those with familiar spirits, seek after those that mutter, seek after those wizards that peep, and should not a nation seek after their God? That is where we are, Muta. And what I find at this point in time is that the spectre of the honor to a Marcus Garvey presents the greatest stumbling block right now to I and I people recognizing their God, Rastafari. And I know it's a difficult, it's a hard pill to swallow. But, you know, when we critically, as the I would say, when we exercise critical thinking, and when we critically analyze Marcus Garvey's UNIA and the whole plan to repatriate Africans from the West back to Africa, we find that with such a vast plan to return Africans, there was really no logistical planning on the continent of Africa itself. We find, for argument's sake, that the Emperor of Africa, to which people would be coming to, the continent to which people would be coming to, Marcus Garvey was not in consort with the Emperor of Africa with this great plan. We find, for argument's sake, also that the 1739 treaty, which the unconquered Maroons had signed, England had to come to the table after 80 years of not being able to contain the Maroons. And we find that that 1739 treaty and the sovereignty power that would enable, is so much more enable, the real objective of a Marcus Garvey. We find that Marcus Garvey never at one time even draw near to identifying himself as one of those unconquered Maroons himself. We find it
Hold on, Brethren. Why is it that it is important for Marcus Garvey identify with her as a Maroon? Because him an African and the Maroon, them are African already. Why we are separate? Why we are look on the Maroon them separate and apart from African people?
Great point, Muta. I wish we had time. This is why I find myself, Muta, I am the first author of any reasonable book that has published 2 years now, and I still have to be using credit.
You're the first one?
And trying to,
you're the first one?
You understand? I cannot qualify.
No, wait about the first a while ago.
Eh?
What you say about the first a while ago? You're the first author what?
The first author of any reasonable book that I know of, which even after 2 years of its publication, I cannot qualify to come in a studio to sit and give comfortably and give perspectives of
but if you're saying that you're the first one, then no, you're going to have a problem with other people.
No, well, that I know of.
You're going to have a problem with other people when you say you are the first one.
I doubt if I would be the first one.
Yeah, but
I doubt if I would be.
That is where the problem lies. That if you say that, you're going to have problems with people who know, say, this is almost like a narcissistic kind of thinking.
No, well, let me tell you where the thing is really right now, Muta. I have brought some of that truth that I have come from research of Marcus Garvey and the UNIA. And I have brought forth some of that truth in my book. And it would appear to me that despite any other thing about that book, it is being sabotaged by 3 very powerful Garveyites on the radio in Jamaica.
When you say sabotage, what do you mean? Explain it to me.
No, but even after 2 years, I cannot get an interview in studio for argument's sake where I can give comfortable perspectives on this book.
Okay.
I am subjected to having to use credit and to be scoffed at, and a lot of speculations and all sorts of things are made of I and I character, and even my co-producer.
You serious?
Dr. Chris. Yes? Pardon?
Okay. No, Mr.
No, I tell you my own experience in the Muta. When I text programs and people don't read my text, or people tell me to come to studio, and when I go, they pretend as if they are surprised to see me and things like that.
I open another radio station. No, I say I open another radio station, because I never see you come down here.
Radio station.
Yeah, I never see you come down here and I scoff at you. Yeah.
The eye is more disposed to have a reasoning. I give thanks to that. But when I say no, my brethren, it's a hard thing as me say, but the fact that if you're going to return people from Africans from the West back to Africa, you would have so much logistics to work out on the African continent. You have to be in concert with the Emperor of Africa. You have to do the logistics as far as English-speaking Africans being slated for English-speaking African countries, French-speaking, Spanish-speaking, in terms of where people would settle, the arrangements with heads of African countries. There's so much logistics on the continent of Africa, and one wonders, how is it that none of these things were in place for the return of Africans, but yet still so much money was collected from all around the world? We had 3 ships that we could take pictures of and send them around to collect more money.
But it's not like you accuse Marcus Garvey of some
I'm not a matter of accusing.
Underground, underlying thing. Yeah, but that it sound like to me, that you accuse Marcus Garvey.
Here it come now, my brother.
Yeah.
You see, me love the eye no motor, but you what?
Yeah.
I hear the eye so one night, say, might as well we do away with the Bible and replace it with the philosophy and opinions of Marcus.
No, I said that Marcus Garvey philosophy and opinion is more relevant today for black people than the Bible.
All right. Well, I would have contest with that.
Yeah, but we don't want to contest it. But I ask you a question now.
Yes.
Are you saying that based upon what you just said about Marcus Garvey, I collect money and ship and all them something. Are you saying that Marcus Garvey was really collecting money under false pretense and not serving the interests of Africa in relationship to the king of Ethiopia? Are you saying that?
Well, you tell me, Muta.
No, me can't tell you. Me ask you a question. It's either yes or no. You can't tell me if you can tell you something or no. Me ask you a question. What you tell me, no, tell you.
Do you conceive?
No, but you can't ask me a question. Me ask you a question. It's either you can say yes or no.
Sorry, go your question again.
Me say, based upon what you just said a while ago, can you ask a question about Marcus Garvey and the shipping line them where they did averaging and you never see no money I go towards whatsoever you say it's supposed to go towards? Are you saying then that Marcus Garvey was collecting money under false pretense?
Well, I wouldn't go as far right now, Muta.
No, how far you go? So how far you go? How far you go?
You're my
concern dead,
right
remember, say Marcus Garvey dead,
Toto.
Yeah, so when you say how far you wouldn't say as far as that.
I mean, the case, the jury is still out.
No, but wait there. The American government arrests Marcus Garvey for fraud, mail fraud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when them say he might collect money under false pretense. Right. You come now and you make a statement about Marcus Garvey not aligning himself with the King of Africa. But but he was collecting money and starting shipping line.
Yes.
That never serve that interest. So what you actually are saying is the same thing where the American government has said that Marcus Garvey was collecting money under false pretense.
Well, it may very well turn out that way, Mutabaruka.
Okay, all right, well, that may ask you. So you say it was collecting money under false pretense.
No, but you tell me now. There is a speech that Marcus Garvey.
So what did Marcus Garvey do with those money that him use it as him own interest? Remember, build big old street.
I know him alone. I would imagine that a breakdown took place in the whole organization, and there came a time when man just starts scrape for themselves and all that kind of thing.
Yeah. So you see why I'm mad that scoff at you now then? Don't you see why I'm mad that scoff at you? With these allegations against Marcus Garvey.
No, well,
you see why I'm mad that scoff at you?
It's just an invitation for us to analyze a little further a little more critically.
Yeah, but me not agree with what you just said.
Well, listen to this now.
Me not agree with what you just said. Say Marcus Garvey not collect money under false pretense.
You will make all the difference now. The spirit of prophecy is what makes all the difference.
Yeah, but you say that is the problem with that. The problem with it now is that the problem with it now is that a man going to read a Bible were written in the history 4,000 years ago and try to malign Marcus Garvey with some book where some people write 4,000 years ago we never have nothing to do with Marcus Garvey or liberalism.
Not until now, because
no, until now. You are trying. You are trying put. It's like you try to cut off your foot to fit the shoes. Yeah, you try to cut off your foot to fit the shoes.
Marcus Garvey left Queen Nania road motor.
No, you want
to put it another way?
No, when I say no,
Marcus Garvey left Queen Nania road.
Yeah, but you show me why a man who that know why you talk.
Let me see if I can say this still.
Because you say Marcus Garvey is a thief. Because he never use the money for help black people. That is what you say. That is why people will not know. That is why you will continue argue say people don't want to recognize your book. Because your book is trying to put biblical talking with no and behave like say what you is saying in your book is the legitimate authority of the interpretation of something that was written 4,000, 3,000 years ago.
Hear this, Motor?
Yes.
I'm sending out a challenge. I and I are sending out a challenge because it's very important to I and I people.
I and I mean I and I, you know. So when you say I and I, you mean Mandito.
I say
Mandito has no that
the
challenge.
Testament of Rastafari, right?
Yeah.
Two of us. I and I and Dr. Christina Sinclair, the great grandniece of Queen Nanny of the Maroon.
Yeah, maybe I am the great grandniece of the King Maroon.
We are the first two volunteers that will present to defend Rastafari.
Yes.
And anyone else who is willing to come and defend Rastafari, we want a forum to be set up.
Yeah.
We're calling it Marcus Garvey versus Rastafari, because this is where it is at right now.
So your thing now is really called against Marcus Garvey because Rasta say he
no, I'm saying to you that the honor that must be given to Rastafari at this point in time, the memory of our people that must return to their God is being compromised and hindered.
By what? By Marcus Garvey?
The spectre of one would have to say, a mislaid honor to Marcus Garvey.
Yeah, but there's a mislaid honor when a man take a book written 3,000 years ago.
No, I am
try
saying,
to interpret
let
the
us
book.
not waste no more time, Muta. I'm sending out that
you call me, Bridget. Watch out now. You say you not get no time.
Set up a forum.
You say you not get no time, Bridget. You say you not get no time on the radio. I'm not get time on the radio. I know you say don't. You not waste no time.
Yeah, but
I'm give the time.
I use up on my side right now, Muta.
Yeah, but I'm give the time. So you tell me now, say let us not waste time.
Let us set an official forum.
No, me not set no forum. No, you set the forum. Me not set it.
At this point
Bridget, you set the forum. Me not set no forum because me not say Marcus Garvey has got thief.
Why would the Garveyites be afraid of that?
I don't know why the Garveyites. When you go down a Liberty Hall, go ask them.
No, no.
Go down a Liberty Hall, go ask them. Go ask Steve Golden, him name, and Alan Martin and all them, man.
The end shall not come until the great falling away first, and the man of sin be revealed.
The man sound very narcissistic, brethren.
Yes, Muta, I hear you say you were the man of sin one at a time, but I don't say that.
Me man of sin? When me say
no,
me no use sin in my
mouth.
Brethren, me no use sin in my mouth, you know, Rasta. It's sin and righteous and all them things. Me no use them in my mouth, you know, God and devil and them things.
Brethren,
me no use them things in my mouth.
Let us not go down that road.
Yeah, but me go down any road. Because when you come now and tell me, say, you agree with the government of America, because Marcus Garvey did that thief.
No, you see, I'm trying to say no. I am using Credit Muta to talk to you right now.
Well,
and that is not the type of forum that we can really get.
Yeah, but me nah set up no forum for go argue nothing about no 3,000 book in relationship to Marcus Garvey.
Well, ones and ones are out there listening, Muta.
Yeah, you and them set it up.
Will tell us after 3 strong Garveyites.
You and them set it up, brethren.
The 3 strong Garveyites, which are the stumbling block.
Yes.
Between my people and their God, Isaiah 57.
Yeah, everything a Bible, everything turned to Bible. If you book if you book it to don't let you know you're gonna look at the Bible to see why you book it to.
Versus Rastafari. Why are you afraid?
Oh, Bridget, and me just make it talk on the radio, you know, feel longer than you ever talk on the radio.
Just give us that.
Why the man I say that? Why the man, Bridget? All right, easy. Listen to me now.
Yes.
You just start out and say nobody now again no talk on the radio. And right now you talk for almost 20 minutes on the radio. And then now you
my credit Muta.
Yeah, it no matter. But when me I say no. Yeah, but when me I say no, you know, I go tell me now, say. Me must give you a forum for the way you want to do that.
I'm just making a suggestion, Muta.
Yeah, but me now have no forum but Haile Selassie versus Marcus Garvey. Me now recognize that. Me now recognize no forum like that.
You want clarity?
Clarity in what? There's no clarity in the way I say. More than you try.
Is it Barabbas again, Muta, or is it the Christ?
Me not celebrate Barabbas nor Christ.
Is it Barabbas or is it the Christ?
It's none of them. None of them.
And I willing to defend the Christ.
Yeah, well,
anyone else willing to defend the Christ can stand up with I and I.
Yeah, you have most of the people in the Western world will stand up with you. Most of the people in the Western world. England will stand up with you.
This is exactly what I'm saying.
George Bush will stand up with you.
Everyone speculates about I and I.
Brethren.
And no one.
I can't see why you don't get no time, you know. I can't see why you don't get no time. Your reasoning make you don't get no time. Yeah.
I give thanks to the eye.
Yeah, all right, give thanks, Bridget.
I saw the crisis sound, see me and speak parables most of the time, you know?
Yeah. So it's parably attack. It's parably attack. All right,
Muta.
Get some more credit and call, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, may I tell you. A black instrument I work with. That me can't take with Bible people, you know, brethren. That me can't take with Bible people. When them try cut off them foot to fit the shoes. And if them buck them total road, them looking at the Bible and say, so the reason why we buck it to is this and this and that. If your boss not pay you this week, you're going at the Bible, go look fees. If you lose the lottery, you're going at the Bible, go say, you know why me lose the lottery? Because Genesis, Deuteronomy, this said that and this and this and that. If me not have no food today, you're going at the Bible, go look fees. So see there, Jeremiah, they say, and the food shall not be on the table of the wicked and all them things. They know. Watch your man. Marcus Garvey, Emperor Haile Selassie, will not take that out. And there's no contradiction in Rasta when Rasta say Haile Selassie and when Rasta say Marcus Garvey. And we know, say Marcus Garvey never appreciates Haile Selassie in England, but yet still we know, say Haile Selassie used to support the UNIA and support the ANC and support Mugabe. All of them people there will turn around and do certain things. But you see Marcus Garvey, nobody can tell me about go keep no Marcus Garvey versus Haile Selassie and then now start to quote Bible. When you quote Bible, come tell me about Bible and Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey don't have nothing to do with Bible. Nothing in the Bible not relate to Marcus Garvey. Nothing from Genesis to Revelation. There's nothing in the Bible that relate to Marcus Garvey. Nothing. Okay. Click it. Yes. Yeah, we have a little conversation in the studio. Yeah, so but okay, which part we don't know? Right, sure. yeah, the car, yes. Yeah.
Hello?
Oh, yes, yes. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, hello, you're on the ear. Who's this?
Hi, Muta.
Yes, my little friend from Colorado.
No, it's Montana. From Montana.
Okay, what you do? You still listening, eh?
I'm fine, how are you?
I am okay, man. Nice to hear from you again.
Great. Yeah, I wanted to offer an explanation. I heard you, I can only hear you on the internet, but you asked some questions about something in, I think it's in Leviticus regarding anyone that has a flat nose or thick lips, or they have
one foot and one hand, and blemish.
Yes, and so I don't know if anyone's offered an explanation, but I have a possible interpretation if you're willing to hear it.
Yeah, man, of course.
Okay, well, it basically, it's not referring to the lips of a person that has thick lips or it's referring to, the concept is perfection. It's not about whether or not somebody has these features. Because in the rabbinic view, and again, I'm not a scholar, but it's talking about anything that comes before the Most High's presence shouldn't have a deformity. So it couldn't be referring to people with flat noses or thick lips, because the Hebrew Israelites and the people in Dimona would have a huge problem with the text because it would exclude them.
Yeah.
So it's basically saying that anyone that comes before him should not have any deformity. And it's not saying that thick lips or flat nose is a deformity. It's saying that if you're actually injured, and that's the problem with the Bible. It doesn't tell you the whole picture. It just gives you bits and pieces. And so if you read it on the face value, it doesn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense.
Yeah. So what would you say would be a blemish for a person with flat nose and thick lips? What would cause them to have flat nose and thick lips?
I don't know. See, that's the thing with the Bible, is that we're reading the book. It's 2015, and if we want to accept the authenticity of the Bible, we have to put ourselves in the culture of that time. And what would that mean? You know, somebody with a flat nose, it's an injury. It had to have been an injury of some kind or some kind of disease. It can't be you're naturally born with thick lips and the Most High doesn't want you. That wouldn't make sense. You know, that would exclude almost every black person.
Well,
and I think that's
maybe
why
that is what
the Mormons misinterpret that part, because they exclude black people and they say, well, they can't go to heaven. It's based on misinterpretation of those kinds of verses.
Yes.
Because it says, well, thick lips and, you know, flat nose, that has to be black people, right? So therefore, you know, the Bible's saying black people are excluded, but it's not. It's talking about a blemish.
Yeah, no, all right, I understand the blemish because it's about 1 foot and thing, but the people who write it, how do we know that these people were not excluding a certain look? How do we know that?
Well, based on when you look at the geography of the Bible, it was based in, it wasn't Caucasian. It was based in Africa, you know, Egypt. And the world we know was different. Even the map was different. It was all one place. So if we accept that the people of the book were black, they wouldn't be right. I mean, Moses came from Egypt. There's no way he was Charlton Heston, Caucasian, blue eyes and blonde hair.
Let me say something to you.
He couldn't have been right. He wouldn't have written, okay, my people are excluded from the presence of the Most High. I mean, he'd be shooting himself in the foot. So
all right, understand it. But but let me tell you something. In this modern time, it's in Jamaica, black people, not white people now, black people look at other black people and say you're black and ugly.
I know. My mom is dark-skinned and her grandfather had Indian hair, so she's dark. But she even says people are black.
No, but not only black, you know. No, not only black, you know, but black and ugly.
Go ahead.
No, not only black, but black and ugly.
It's something that was bred in. I don't know, Muta. This is what kind of discourages me, because this psychological brainwashing is it was so thorough that we perpetuate it ourselves. Because even sometimes I look at pictures and I see people from Africa and they're black. And I read comments on, you know, the internet, and even black people are saying, wow, if I was black like that, I would kill myself. So we hate ourselves.
So that means it wouldn't be a problem for 3,000 years ago, a black person saying that a person who is too black, who have flat nose and thick lip, must enter the house of the Lord.
No.
Because it's the same way black people talk now. Black people talk the same way, you know.
But I think this is the problem, is that when we read the book, we're not thinking about what was the culture at the time.
No.
And it wouldn't make sense if the Bible presents the Creator as a benevolent, loving God, and that he would exclude a person because they're naturally born with thick lips.
No, I understand. I understand it. But I also understand.
So there has to be some other understanding, because if he made us, you know, because we say, oh, he made everybody,
yes,
you know, everything was good. It says that he made everything and it was good. Why would he exclude a person on the basis of, well, your nose is not straight enough and your lips aren't fitting?
Yeah, but you know that
it
he says,
make sense.
but you know that he says in the Bible that Israel is his people. He selects a group.
Weren't white people.
No, listen. I am saying to you that the Bible says that Israel is God's chosen people. So God, out of the millions of people on the earth, him choose a little group of people and say is people, chosen people that. So how do we come to grips with that? No, how do we come to grips with it?
Reading the text on face value and saying, well, because it says if you have thick lips and flat nose, you can't enter the sanctuary, it wouldn't make sense, because we're basically saying that he's racist. And he doesn't, you know, unless your nose is straight and your lips are thin, he doesn't accept you. And
you know what that means? You know what that means then? That would mean that it is not a compassionate God who is making these rules, but is man.
No, it's our understanding of it, Muta. That's the problem.
No, but what I'm saying, if God, all right, if we accept that God says that Israel is his chosen people, what happened to the Chinese and the Indians and the Native Americans? They are not his chosen people. Is that a misinterpretation? Is that a misinterpretation?
Well, you can choose something, Muta. You could, decide. You chose your wife or your spouse.
Yeah, but
right?
I am not God.
She's chosen, but you know, I don't know what your worldview is on marriage, whether you believe in multiple marriage or multiple, I don't know. But you still choose. It doesn't mean you're speaking to me. I'm a female, so you're not excluding me. You just said, well, I've chosen this person.
Yes.
So being chosen doesn't, again, I can understand where you're coming from. It doesn't seem right that he would choose just one group of people out of everybody, but it's all about purpose. Just like how you have your maybe set plates, or you have knife and fork, especially for a special occasion. It just means, well, you've been chosen to do this job. That's all it means. It doesn't mean you're better than anyone.
Yes. But
it's not that you have special rights more than anybody else. Even though you have a special relationship with your wife, you wouldn't have the same relationship with another woman, because you're in some sort of covenant.
All right, so let us ask the next
entitlement.
So let us ask the next question now. When according to the Bible, God told Moses to go into the land and kill everybody and take the woman for himself, and not even the baby. Them said dash the babies against the wall.
Against the wall.
Is that?
I have problems with those.
I
have problems with those things, because I think I said to you the last time I spoke to you, I started to read that, and then I thought about, well, this is what the Western world has done to, black people, Native Americans. That's what they've done. They said, God said, we should come here and take this land because it's our right to take it.
Yeah, the Canaanites land.
Those parts of the Bible, again, for some people listening, it's going to be a problem, but I don't accept that at all. It doesn't make sense. Why would he want you to take the women and kill the men, and you can have the women? Why?
Well, I don't know. They must tell me that, because I wouldn't accept it.
It doesn't make sense. And sometimes it says you should kill the women. Another part says, well, you should keep them, cut their hair and cut their nails.
Well, maybe it makes sense.
And then you can have them.
You know why it makes sense? It makes sense because it's not a supernatural being that is ordering these things, but it's man in his corrupt state ordering it.
That's what they wanted to do. That's what they wanted to do.
It's man saying it. Not a supernatural, compassionate God that is saying this thing, but it's man writing what he wants to write in relationship to his culture and his understanding. Yes. And it's nice to hear from you again.
It doesn't make sense.
It's nice to hear from you again, though. Nice to hear from you again.
Anyway, we'll keep up the great work, and I'll keep listening, Muta.
Okay, all right. Give thanks.
Okay, shalom.
Yes. See, sister, it's making enough sense. Believe you me. Why would a compassionate God tell you about flat nose and T-clip? That means something is wrong. Something is wrong. If it's black people writing it, and there is a blemish, flat nose and T-clip couldn't be blemished, then who is writing that? Who is writing down that? That is really the problem. Who is writing it down? So we're going to take, we'll say, click it there, click it. Yes, they are with you. All right, yes, yeah. Yes, sir. Something else. Yeah. Yes, sir. Something interfere with your line in the door.
Yeah, me no know. Because me hear it a cut on them till there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear me good now?
Yeah, me I hear you good now.
Yeah, Muta, when we talk about the Bible, you see, and we have said the Bible, it kind of chew off the thing. We have said the King James Version of the Bible.
So how much Bible you know about?
Well,
a Bible is a collection. A Bible is a collection of books still.
Well, the word Bible come from the word Biblio.
Yeah, but
Greek mean book.
Yeah, but it's understood when we say Bible at the Bible where we are read as Genesis to Revelation, and it is understood.
But we have to put it where it is, Muta. It is the King James Version.
So which other version you know about?
It's like Sata Masagana.
Yeah.
You have many versions of Sata.
Yeah, but which all right. So it's King James Bible we're talking about. So which other version you know about?
I heard that. I never read it. I heard that the Royal Bible is the most popular Bible.
Which Royal Bible?
The Royal Bible is the most popular Bible in Europe.
The King James Bible is the most popular Bible.
The King James Version is the most popular Bible within the British Empire.
The King James Version of the Bible is the most popular Bible in the world. It says it's the biggest selling book in the world.
In the world?
Yeah, the biggest selling book is the King James Bible.
All right.
Yes.
But you know that when King James, before King James, you have the Wycliffe Bible and you have the King James Bible.
Yeah, you have a whole heap of versions. You have a whole heap of versions. And now, you even have versions after the King James Bible too.
Yeah, but the King James Bible become a standard Bible.
Yes, 500 years now it did.
All right. Mota, at the time when the King James Bible published in 1611, I think Shakespeare do him right.
Him is part right. And that me just tell them inside as well.
Yes. Psalms 44. 46, Psalms 46.
Yeah.
Them quoted him name in there.
Yeah, me mention that to the people them.
Yeah. Right. But when Shakespeare do writing name Romeo and Juliet.
Yes.
I think that work that precede the Bible by a few years, you see?
You mean the King James Bible?
Yeah. But Shakespeare writes of Romeo as a Moor.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, Macbeth was supposed to be the part of that thing the Moorish thing, Macbeth.
Yeah. So black people wasn't seen in such a bad light. Then the Shakespeare play become so popular with a Moor playing a leading role in it.
Well, you must remember, I said the Moors governed Spain for 700 years, you know.
All right. All right. See? So I think when
I shouldn't say Spain.
King James Bible is a racist book, brethren.
Yeah.
It's based upon racism, and there's no going around it when you see people with tick-lip and flat nose. There's no going around it, brethren.
No, well, the sister was saying it don't make sense for the compassionate God, write in the book, say, him don't accept tick-lip and flat nose. Well, that was the reason. No, but that is the reason, you know. We must understand that when we are talking about the Bible, it's not a supernatural being that write that. It's normal human being living in a dear time, dear culture, dear understanding of life, and it's them write it. It had nothing to do with no supernatural.
It's a very convenient book, it's a motor.
Yeah.
Whereby it's one size fits all, because it's one Bible and you get so much different sect of Christians out of it.
That's why the brethren named Mandito could have come and say, him quote Jeremiah and say Marcus Garvey to work with.
All right. Everybody have a little part in there for themselves.
Yeah,
when King James, who dead? Elizabeth, when Elizabeth dead and King James, I leave out of Scotland, I go to London to get carnated. It's a lot of petition him get along the way from different sector Christian.
Yeah.
So when he reach a London, and them set up the meet in a Hampton Court in an hour, 1608. When them decide to put together a document and a man suggest to him, say, King James, this thing can unify the empire, you know. And it really did unify the empire.
Of course, yeah.
See, him have a little thing from everybody to put in there.
Because you know, say, the empire, Henry VIII did broke away from the Pope, you know.
All right.
And start the Anglican Church.
I've heard how much wife put on
and then the Anglican Church become the Church of England.
All right.
And no king
as the head of that church.
And no king could marry a Roman Catholic.
All right.
So you know, say them have them autonomy over England. And then King James come from Scotland now and be the King of England, and then him gather up a group of men, including Shakespeare, translate the Bible now, and you know, say King James make Shakespeare get rich. You didn't know that?
No, I never know.
Yeah, man, King James make Shakespeare get rich, man. And King
but anybody's a king, but he's supposed to be rich.
Because King James, you know, say King James did have a group of lovers, men. They did have a group of, and this is one thing, you know, the brethren who just called a while ago. I never want to bring it up, you know, but know that.
I can't say that on the radio, right?
Well, I don't know. But you may I say no. No, you don't have to say that. But you may I say. You hear me?
Yes.
All right, you may I say no. And something to laugh inside that, so you're virgin, but you have to know. All right.
Yeah.
You see a whole heap of people. All right, yeah, I never want to say it before, but now that it come up. The brethren who just started me name Mandito a while ago. One day I sit down in my hotel room and watch him and his wife talk about me pan religious attack. And one of the things she mentioned is that Mutabaruka say King James was a homosexual. There's no evidence for sure that. And me I tell her, I say, me can refer her to books, pan top of books.
It's all over the record.
We show you about the lovers, King James lovers. And I tell the youth a while ago, say, if you go upon the thing a while ago and look for a book where King James right named the demonology. Demonology.
Right,
he was into also demonism too.
Yes. Because he write about that before him getting in the Bible.
In the Bible, yes. So it's not something like we are licked down King James. We are talking about historical facts. It's a historical fact.
It's historical because they all over the record. Them kidnap him. Some of them hate them, kidnap him at age 14 to get him away from one of them lover.
Watch your man. Shakespeare was all. Everybody want to go for that because a Black History Month we are working with in Ghana, Europe. So it go.
I'm going to
Ghana, Europe, and a Black History Month.
I'm going to say something about Black History Month.
But what we there? Not wrong, you know, because we have to understand European history, you know, for really clearly understand African.
Because if we don't understand freedom history, because them history they all over our virgins, so we have to understand them.
We have to clear up freedom history. Because for them intertwine in our thinking and make we can't think straight.
And we're too biblical in our thinking, brethren. You see, everything we refer to, well, me I go say King James.
Jeremiah and Isaiah. There's no man named Isaiah that write Isaiah.
But Mota. The letter J. I can't for the record.
Hold on there. You have to go call me back, here?
All right, brethren.
12 o'clock, it's come up here to know. Yes.
All right, no say none.
Yeah. me I tell you, a Black History Month we are working, you know. It's the only program you talk about Black History Month that is Ghana and Europe. But there is a connection. The connection is that all our thinking, our logics, is founded on European logics and thinking and history. And the worldview that we have is based upon a European worldview. So we have to understand how we come to this and how we come to this worldview and don't have an African worldview. So we really have to understand, and one of the deepest parts of understanding this, you know, is to really unravel this thing called the King James Bible that them give way over the years. And black people, it's so, watch a man. Me talk some things when in the Bible and Christian tell me say, me no must come in a Rasta Bible. I mean I say, but Rasta don't read walk up and down with Bible. Rasta walk up and down with the same King James Bible where get the thing confused. So when me talk, me not talk because me want to create animosity or me want to create craziness. Me talk because it's a historical fact. Me talk historical fact. So the little sister they know, Mandito wife, she have to go back and look and find out about King James. She have to find out about King James. The time is 12 o'clock.
You know here, continent, the end, the end.
You know, say, when we did there Africa, before the Arabs and the Europeans go to Africa, we never have no confusion when it comes on to spirituality. And even though you have different nations in a one country, and this is serious or not, different nations in a one country hold fast to a certain spirituality and to a certain elements of understanding. There wasn't any war amongst these nations. They want to call it tribe, but I refuse to call it tribe. But there was no war amongst these nations when it comes on to the spirituality of the people. It's not until the Europeans go in Africa and the Arabs go in Africa, you see that now man start to fight. And the biggest war going on is between Christians and Muslims, between Jews and Muslims. So we are saying that we have to get back to a state of spirituality with defined way as African people. We have to go forward into a head cup and draw from that well of goodness. Because we did carry some of it here. We never just left everything in Africa. You take the people out of Africa, but a whole heap of Africa never come out away. And even though them subvert us and what them call brainwash way, anytime you see we start to move in our Africanness, we get whipped and lashed. And they make us feel like say we are get unrighteous and sinful. So them love to talk about sin, this man. Christian people, them love to talk about sin. The only people I know delve in sin in the world is Christians. Because they make a counteraction to God and call it devil. And everybody will believe in a God have devil in them. Because you can't have the God without the devil. Just like how you can't have good without bad. Because the only way, if everything good, nothing is good. And if everything bad, nothing is bad. Because the only way you can know good is if you have a concept of bad. The opposition of good is bad and the opposition of bad is good. The opposition of God is the devil. The opposition of devil is God. So anybody where you hear tell you about devil, or anybody here tell you about God, in them deepest realms of them mind, them have another evil thing that them name devil. So when them do something bad, them attribute it to the devil, and when them do something good, them attribute it to the God. When really and truly, God and devil emanate from man, man's experience, a man understanding of self and others around him. Create God and create devil. There's no supernatural being that is out there that is stirring the course of events on earth. It's man that do those things. So when you read Bible and you hear about the Israelites and you hear say God tell Israel, the mother of Israel, to go take this and trick the father and take away birthright. And when you hear ones that tell you, say, God tell them to go in a land flowing with milk and honey, I'm going to give you a land flowing with milk and honey. The land of the Canaanites. It's like when white people go in at the native, go in America, and totally with no regard for the Native American them behave like so nobody never did it. That is what them do all the while. And it's the same thing when these people walk in our land and say, God send them to the land and say, kill out everybody in the land and take away the land and use the woman them as you please. And then them tell you, say, it's God tell them to do that. And we come here now, 4,000 years after. And I say, you see it? You say, God to the wicked, God do the wicked. God say, take away them land. That's why black people right hold on the land, because God tell white people to take away them land, because black people too wicked. That's why we don't have nothing, that's why we have suffer so. Because God make us suffer. And if we don't return to God, white people is in the light of God. White people, God using white people against black people to suffer away. And if we don't return to the Lord, we're going to keep suffering. That is the message that a whole heap of black people have when it relates to the suffering of black people. And now recognize that there's a certain thinking in a certain people. Look on all the guy them know where them say them name ISIL. And the devastation with them are cause. Yeah, ISIL kill people. And it look random, you know, but it's not random. What is random is when the President of America send a drone over Afghanistan and bomb up a wedding with children and women there. That is something to be reckoned with. How do we face the situation where soldiers go into a country that is not for them own, where it's much older than their own, and bomb up the country and devastate the country and have the country in confusion? To up to now, the people them can't get back them life together. Look at what them do with Iraq. Look at what them do with Afghanistan. Look at what them do with Libya. When them claim say all of these people was dictators. Yet still in the dictatorship of these people, the country was in order. Just like all them they tell you about Castro. We grew up for being a Castro a devil. Yet still the country was in order. So how is it that these countries were in order, and then we follow a thinking we say these leaders have to go, so them assassinate the leaders and murder the leaders them, and then them go into the country of the leaders and devastate the country and kill children, kill women and old men, and then them turn around and tell you say the people them wicked, look what them do. Everybody seems to be running upon a wicked line, you know. Because we see the man them when name ISIL burn up a Jordanian pilot, and then we see the king of Jordan hang 3 people in revenge for that. So you can see the art of man, how it grow really exceedingly cool. That you do to me, and I go and do back to you. And then to you do that, I go and do back something else to you. And when will it finish? When will it end? And these are the things that we're following. These are the things that we, African people, is following. From the days of old, we hear about revenge. It's pure revenge in the so-called Old Testament. Pure revenge. Revenge, on top of revenge. And we following these things. That a man can come on the radio now and tell you, say, Marcus Garvey wasn't in line with African redemption. Because look what I'm Black Star Line and them thing there. When did I do with the money? Oh my God, I wonder if Edgar Hoover, I wonder if the brother there is the great grandson of Edgar Hoover. Believe you me. Okay, yes. El.
Yeah, Mota.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man.
Yeah, Mota. We never going to the King James, but what do you mean I read up on King James, see?
You read up on King James. You read up on him lover. Oh, him did have lover. Me hear him never have lover. Me hear him never have lover.
Hold on, man. Me I read up on King James with you. Me never going like that, but me I read up on him with you. And the man excavate, like them which part of you to live, and them sign a secret chamber, like a door, a lead to him boyfriend room, you know. Yeah, man. But that's enough that with King James. Anyway, so the brother from Marcus Garvey, brethren, when the life or my difference with Marcus Garvey.
Yeah, when
you understand, Marcus Garvey come to America. Marcus Garvey never come to America to stay in America, you know. Marcus Garvey come from fundraisers in Champion back at Jamaica, you know.
Yeah.
To Frederick Douglass dead and the boy.
Yeah.
And not the boy, when name there? Booker T.
Yeah.
Booker T and Frederick is dead at the time.
Yeah.
So Marcus Garvey come and them show him up on organize the thing, them ask him to stay.
Yeah.
And the stay when Marcus Garvey stay at 15 million African people, Marcus Garvey worldwide organize with him.
Yeah, well, the brother said, look
at. We used to hear about Black Star Line, but we just think was just a thing where Rasta does a faith because, you know.
No, a real thing, man, a real ship.
Yeah, because you understand, say, it's real thing because I'm seeing pilot, we're helping by the ship where the work for Edgar Hoover.
Yeah.
Bring down the ship, them, you know.
You know where I really want to ask somebody?
The program.
In all of these translation of Bible and translation of Bible, who right now as a black Pan-Africanist from this part of the world have done more than what Marcus Garvey have done for black people? Who?
No man, you can't find no leader.
Yeah. Which man was able to organize millions of black people all over the world and give them a sense of dignity and pride?
Then even when him got to the grandmaster at the Ku Klux Klan, I never go and got him to beg no friend from him. At diplomacy, the man had been just like how America would have gone with Russia or with any other country, but sit them and talk. I don't mean to say I beg friend from him, but at diplomacy, I deal.
Yeah, well, you see, that's why I tell the brethren said there's no contradiction between Rastafari saying Marcus Garvey and Rastafari saying Haile Selassie, even though we know of the conflict with Haile Selassie and Marcus Garvey.
African, Marcus Garvey intention, enough man. You understand? Marcus Garvey, he never intend to say a black man should go back to Africa. He never want to go back where have something to give to Africa can go. I never to carry every man, single man from wherever them they go Africa. But the man, I don't see him the boy. Go Africa got influence the leader them called Edgar Hoover said him, you know.
Yeah.
So in Africa got influence the rest of black leader them against Marcus Garvey.
Yeah, well anyway.
Africa may be able to bring down the organization.
Marcus Garvey favor, that's what I say. Give thanks,
yeah, man, every time, man.
Give thanks, Bridget. Yeah, man, I agree. Yes. So, where were they? Eh? That no? Right? Yeah, we're into Black History Month. Imagine Jamaica have controversial reasoning about if Black History Month is relevant. It's like when we start a bookstore and we call it Books About Us and say a pure black book we're going to sell in the people and say, why Jamaica need a black bookstore? In them confusion where we have about Bible and confusion about if we are African or not African and confusion about you're black or ugly still. In the confusion of bleaching and people are asked the question if black history relevant and if black bookstore relevant. When you go in all of the major bookstore, you don't say nothing about African people. And if you see two little book about African people, and some white man are write for them virgin height. Look how much Africa, yeah, the man I talk about. Look how much university Africa have. And people prefer to go to England to university and America to university. Look how much African scholars we have. Anthropologists, archaeologists, sociologists, historians. Look how much of them we have. And when we used to go in at the bookstore there, we found nothing. I grew up, I never know, when I did a go school, high school, so I never know say black people write book. And when I started reading certain poetry book, as a matter of fact, I started listening to certain poetry and get into the poet them. I never know say you have black people, much less Jamaican people who write book. We never know that. And we don't want to read because them put in another way there. If the book now no picture in there, we don't want the book. Book have to have picture. Picture. The book have to have picture in it. The guy the book now no picture in it. It's not relevant. Too much reading. Black people can't take the whole heap of reading. Especially when it relates to history. So we are saying that for years now we are doing them program now and we are saying the same thing over and over and over. Why do you think we have to say the same thing over and over? Because we are saying still relevant to the time. Just like how Bob Marley them tune them almost Bob Marley will be 70-year-old next weekend here. And when you play Bob Marley song, it not come like no old design of vintage music. Or that you play Bob Marley music when we call 30, 40 years ago, and it not sound like a old-time music. That's how young people now cannot play it, and it not sound like a old music. You know, say a madness. A madness for me, they on the radio, and I keep repeating the same thing over and over. And black people are going like say, let me get idiot boy there, fool talk and all them something there. Him come on radio and all lick against Bible and lick against this and that and that. And then we know say, it's a corrupt thinking we have. Because we actually believe, say, most of the things are not we, but it's some little guy with two arms, each up in them head, with a long tail and a fork, is him responsible for our bad doings. And some little white guy with sit down on cloud, with white beard, is responsible for the good where we do. Madness. Madness. Yes.
Yes, Muta, Anna, Night, Renee.
Yeah, what you do?
I'm well. How are you?
I am here, man.
Boy, them two even confused about a social networking site for black people. So I feel what you're saying when it comes on to questioning the bookstore and questioning other things. But you know, before we really get into it, I wanted to talk to you about something you just mentioned, and I think it's important that you understand the context of how black people absorb information. Black people are accustomed to oral traditions where they're accustomed to speaking and listening and storytelling, and that is how traditionally blacks have been accustomed to learning and understanding the world around them. So when the white man put his literature together in the form of a book, in the form of written word, it is not natural to the black mind to comprehend and receive information in that context. It is natural in the black mind for him to be told, and you will find that if you check out things where your grandmother used to tell you and what her grandmother told her, you will find, let's say if she tell you to draw a certain herb if you're sick or whatnot, you'll find that to be true. So the natural way that the black mind interprets things and receives knowledge and information is through verbal rather than through the written word. You understand? Because the English language is not a friend to the black man. The English language is the most deceptive language under the sun. And let me go now into the Bible that you started to talk about earlier. And it's so funny that we are talking now the same conversation that we left off on December the 10th, the last time you and I spoke. Now, the lady that spoke with you earlier, she said she is trying to find, the root of saying, oh, is actually black people was in the Bible, so that would mean he would be contradicting himself, because there's a misinterpretation and a miscomprehension of what black history is and what white history is and what the Bible is all about. When you look at the Bible, there are books it's the Septuagint, the Torah, coming from Hebrew context and Greek context. So it is virtually impossible for you to sit down and say, okay, this is talking about me, this is not talking about me. It's not talking about you at all. What they've done is they've taken the written word from the Hebrews, the written word from the Greeks, and they've amalgamated them and put them into a text, a potpourri, and put it together in a book. That book has been mistranslated years and years and years and years. If you go back, if you study ancient Greek literature and if you study ancient Latin, you will see that words that you think it mean, and also it mean. The things that they put in the Bible is not that it mean,
Like the word virgin.
Like the word virgin. I'm going to give another word. The last time I gave a word named pederasty, I'm going to give another word, the word named alien. You understand? We in our mind think alien mean a man go come from space. No, if you separate the A and you use the last part of the word, which is a lien, right? The Latin word for the Latin is lien, which when somebody owes property and owes something, you can put a lien against his property. So when a person is an alien, there is a lien against his life because he owes. You understand me? So unless we start looking at things, the root of the way how the English language is constructed and designed to deceive, you understand? You're not going to really get the fullness of what
Them have a big word, etymology of the word, yes.
The etymology
the origin
of the word,
yeah.
Right, the origin of the word. So you have to really take those things and break them down and look at what they mean when them say so. So we can't even blame the black man when him can't learn for them liar language. You can't blame him because how the black man traditionally learns and receives information is through oral dialogue. If you tell a youth know something, he will believe it. If you tell him something about somebody else, he's not going to believe it. He's not even going to go and check and verify to determine if it's true. But that is how we are made up, because the word is so valuable and important to us in our psychology.
Yeah, all right. So the argument is why when conscious black people tell black people something, them still revert to the old time thing where contradict where conscious black people say?
No, because you see, we have no authority. You understand?
Okay.
Who is Mutabaruka?
Yeah.
Mutabaruka is a man who wrap up his head and walk up and down barefoot.
Yeah.
You don't have a PhD behind your name. Yeah. You're not Lord and Master of the Kingdom of the Universe. Who am I? I am just Renee. So they are looking at us the way how they look at themselves. They look at themselves in a very lowly way. They look at themselves in a way that, who am I? I am nobody. I am nothing. So how is it that nobody and nothing just like me for come tell me and me must believe you?
Me love what you say. Trust me. Me love what you say. You say the right thing. Believe you me. Them look on you like how them look on themselves. The meaning.
Right.
Yes.
So they can't see beyond their eyes. You understand me? They think that because it's impossible for them, it not possible for you.
Yeah.
So, and because
in other words, how can a man will look like them, no more than them?
Right. Right. You understand? No more than them. It's impossible. They can't. Them try to go around it to try to figure out how is it that you might know 4 languages and you and them born in the same country, in the same place. You
And
understand?
not only that, if If you look like them or you know more than them, you have to be a supernatural somebody.
Yes, it's true what you've just said.
Yeah, you have to be.
People people look for me in some supernatural context, and I'm like, brethren, no. I mean, I have my challenges, I'm a work hard, I'm do things differently, but that doesn't mean a special.
With your tick lip on your flat nose.
With my tick lip on my flat nose, and that's exactly what it means, because that Bible was written specifically to exclude a certain amount of people, telling them you are not good enough to enter into the tabernacle. You are not good enough. You do not belong here. However, you are a servant and you must receive the word. So through penance and through service, you will be able to maybe enter the kingdom after you dead. But meanwhile, the whole way they are alive, you are not good enough. And it was written like that, and that is the purpose for it. And everybody who is trying to bend the word, and as they say, cut off them foot to match the shoes, everyone who is trying to do that is a fool. It's a fool. All they have to do is look around and see the way how the world is constructed. It is designed specifically to put one racial group ahead of the other through whatever philosophy that may be. You understand? And it's a world of competing philosophies. The other day I had a conversation with somebody about the word Lord. Right? The word Lord, if you go and you Google the etymology of the word Lord, it just means law. Thus saith the law, because everything is law. Everything is within the refines and the context of law. You understand? So when you are talking about a law, or the Lord, which just come out the other day in the Magna Carta, that's as far back as the word goes, the Lord or the owner of the land, law, L-A-W-D, the Lord. The law, it comes from the law. So, when you are said to yourself, well, the Lord saith, this and the Lord said, this law, the Bible is a book of laws.
Moses' laws.
Laws. All laws. How to exclude people, how to include people, how to eat, how to sleep, when to get circumcised, when you give birth, when you make an offering, a dove offering, when you make a virgin, when you do this, when you do that. It's the book of laws and land and governing for a specific amount of people. Them not chat to we.
The Jews them call it the Torah, the first 5 books. Yes.
Right? I was showing somebody today that the book, that the Hebrew calendar, it's now the year 5,775, because them don't believe that Jesus has come yet. They have not reset their time. They have not started looking for that. As far as they're concerned, no Messiah has come. You understand? So their time has not been reset. Right? We know that in the year, according to the year of our Lord, 2000.
The Gregorian calendar.
The Gregorian calendar. And I'm one next thief and criminal, because I'm not even know for to calculate properly to get an exact approximation of when the sun or the earth rotates on its axis and go around the sun. So them have a thief look at time from here, so daylight saving time that's so each up in time that's so they can get a proper approximation of time calculation to match up with them and them foolishness. So the whole thing backwards and wrong. And I don't understand why black people can't understand that nothing here was designed to help them. None of it. None of it. Not the language, not the Bible, not the education, not the religion, not the pastor, church. None of it was designed to help you. No. Managa say you cannot use it to your advantage to get to where you need to go for maneuver them world. But you have to open your eye and understand that it was not designed for you.
Yes, I agree with you, ma'am.
You see me? So, one of the reasons why I call you tonight, too, is I wanted to discuss this decriminalization of the marijuana. And I went to the conference last week because I hope to participate in that as far as the distribution platform, using Proudly as a distribution platform for the medical marijuana community and byproducts of cannabis. So, I was listening to a lot of the keynote speakers giving their addresses about, Rastafarians were persecuted and people want to go back in time and get reparation and royalty and reparations. There is a time for that, but another time than now. And this is what I would like for the listeners in other communities to understand. We're entering a legal dialogue. Okay, which means that the way how they're going to decriminalize this marijuana, you have to be a part of a certain industry. You have to be a part. You have to get your license. You have to follow a certain kind of legal framework. Now, the only people who can grow, according to this new law, the only people who can grow copious amounts of marijuana are the Rastafarians. And unless the Rastafarians start to put themselves in a position within a legal framework that they can participate in this coming industry, they're going to get left behind like everything else, right? And, you know, but I heard quite a few people who are now talking about reparations and royalties and this and that, and yes, you know, but I don't see how is it possible that you're going to make an album by going after royalty first. You make the album, you put it out, now is the time to get prepared, now is the time to put yourself in the position to put your shoes on your feet and tie your lace and ready for them, and you can move forward, because once this decriminalization happens, and it's going to happen, it will happen, once it happens, unless you're within a certain legal framework, you're going to fall to the wayside. You're not going to be able to participate in it. And the boy them who have the money stuck up high, so just waiting for the law to pass, they're going to overshadow the Rastafarian community. And that's what we want. The Rastafarians who are listening and the people who are listening to participate in this understand that they have to do it within the confines of a legal framework. It's either the Rastafarians are now going to declare themselves a sovereign state, or they're going to seek nationhood. They're going to do it under the blanket of an association, like what IAV have going, or they're going to have to do something to consolidate themselves.
Yeah, well, I think IAV, they're on a track with the western part of Jamaica.
Yeah, man. You know, yes, I'm really proud of the work that he's doing. He's moving in the right direction. Yeah. And I believe that people, you know, all across the island needs to cooperate with what he has designed, and establish themselves within.
I'm glad to hear you say that. I'm glad to hear you say that, you know.
Yeah, man. I talked to him.
Oh, you talked to him already?
I've spoken to him. I've spoken to him because
it's not like you're ready for throw away your old garments are ready to pick up the mantle. It's so like you're ready for throw away all the ear there and pick up the mantle. You know?
That's the ear. And the ear me was coming in pandemic, you know, because the thing is now.
But when you come in pandemic now, you don't come in already, can't let you go again. Them can't stop you at all, man. Them can't stop you.
Them can't stop me.
You make so much sense.
I went to a meeting the other day with a high-profile bank here in Jamaica, and I'm so, well, what is driving your philosophy? You know, you have a Rastafarian husband, you have a Rasta husband, you have a Rasta father. What? You're a Rasta or what? And I'm like, uno expect like the way how Uno come out, right? Yeah. Uno think everybody will come out the same way.
Look same way.
You understand? Because when me did as a Rasta, I heard that I'm going to face tribulation and my father, my house, what's that? You're growing in my house? So, you know, back in them time there, it was not so well received as it is now. Now it's a fashion statement. Now it look good, your locks are flow go down and everything.
You don't look good in a locks though.
I would look great in locks. Wait, I trim you ready for trim.
You don't look good in a locks.
It's all like you're ready for trim, man.
No, I'm not ready for trim because I say you don't look good in a locks.
I would look good in locks. This won't come. This won't come. But you see, the thing is now.
You take long to come.
The thing is, there are still people. And it comes back now to the black mind and the black perception. There are still people who look at you a certain kind of way. When you sound a certain way, when you carry yourself a certain way, when you dress a certain way. So they look at you and they think, oh, how educated can this person be? How elevated can this person be? So when I open my mouth and I look for my resume and I look for my background, they can say, okay, yes, this person match. But if me for dread, I should lock my hair, Muta, I tell you this, when I can't hold me in Jamaica, I wouldn't even talk English.
All right,
if me have to confront my African heritage in the mirror every single day and know that I am an African woman and looking at the mirror and look at
all right, ma'am. Give thanks, yeah?
Yes, Muta. And wait, I want to big up two of your listeners, Everett Street and Gary Anthony Scott, because them show me enough support for the proudly thing. And big up all the other listeners that has been supportive and contacting me and whatnot and sending me message and enough love and respect.
All right, give thanks, yeah?
Yes, thanks.
Yeah, may I tell you, because sister there, what's the sister that, believe you. We're going to start over that tune here, pertaining to the brethren where we did have from England a while ago, where we had talked about how them popularize the program. Well, we know say IRFM no really condone it still. Them not encourage infringement on the copyright of any other program them. You have certain place where it's there, where it just there. But it's not condone, IRFM are condone it. You understand? So that's why you know that. Say, IRFM not condoning the infringement of any other program them. And we know, so the way how the electronic system are going, I don't know how you're going to stop it. But we just know that it's not something that IRFM condone. Okay. So, give us your name.
You know what I say, oh no.
Yeah, the man Pablo Moses said, give back your name. I'll take back your name. Yeah, man, that's serious music. A long time you don't hear the music you're playing enough on radio now. Yes, Cutting Edge. Yes.
Hello?
Yes, Cutting Edge.
Motor.
Yes, sir.
Good night, sir. How you doing, sir?
I am okay, sir.
Yeah, man, all about 20 minutes Motor. Walk on, man. Long time to the program.
Okay, all right. We that talk to the daughter. Should that make sense? That's why we all are.
Yeah, me see. But a long time I come from Colorado Spring, United States.
You call from Colorado?
Yeah, man.
All right, sir. Yeah, man. I love
Good night, Muta.
Good
That's
night.
my wife.
Are your wife now? All right.
Yeah, love the program.
Yeah, man.
Love the program.
Give thanks, man. Give thanks.
It's coffee, is it?
All right. Oh, yeah, well, give thanks, man. Glad for you to listen from Colorado, your wife, and everybody in at night.
Yeah,
up the cold, you know, don't it?
No, man. Good weather, man. 50, 60 degrees.
Wow, over there at the east side, At the east side, I feel it.
Yeah, the east side, I feel it,
over the east side, Boston and Connecticut and New York, Washington and them places.
Yeah.
All right, give thanks to the listening, man. Give thanks to the listening.
Yeah, respect.
Yeah, man, I will. Yes, Cutting Edge.
Greetings.
Blessed.
Yes, sir. Greetings in the name of His Imperial Majesty, the Christ and Marcus Garvey, the Prophet,
All right, sir.
Two names that will live on forever,
Mm-hmm.
And me I tell you, Motor, I've been holding for quite some time, and me I tell you, see, if I never laid the rain a while ago, trust me, I don't burn you out still,
Burn me out. No fire can't burn fire, Fire can't burn fire, man.
Me I tell you to me, I don't dash a fire upon you. I don't do a long time, I say, so from what I say a long time, I don't really hear from Renee.
Yeah, well, you hear from her now, so you can't dash no fire over here, try the fire.
I didn't really want to hear if she didn't get you on the mission there still,
No, she never get you on the mission. I should have said.
Oh, me give thanks to you from her, man.
So where you say now?
Yes, what I have to know in a Motor, referring to the Bible and prophecies and all these kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
We look on His Majesty in a Motor, and as much as we're looking at the Bible and enough man I say,
see the prophecy and see it. I don't put his Imperial Majesty in the Bible, you know, higher.
So where you want to put him in there for? Where you want to put him in?
No, also man at all, like some under the read Psalm 68, Revelation chapter 5 and Isaiah and them place they go around, you know?
Yeah, he must have some written document.
That, you know,
he must have some written document to justify where him understand in a reality and in a life. So him use the Bible to justify it.
Right, but I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Because enough man believes that the Triple Crown did make him put on for His Majesty through prophecy, you know. I heard His Majesty earn that, you know, higher.
Yeah.
I know, I notice with enough man behave like Christian, you know, because you know what Christian do? Christian give up the work, you know, motor. And sit down and wait for your Savior to come save them, you know.
Yeah, then
now
you someone has a Jack, you know, you've somebody music has a Jack who come.
They know that?
Jack come
and
back.
I save them, I look for them, save them out of them trouble. So every day them I pray and I say, boy, I still bring them in this world, and black people curse because of Adam and all kind of thing. So them I look back for your Savior and say, boy, Savior will come and take them out of this sinful world because they are in the world and they are not of the world.
Look,
no, I know defend them kind of believe.
Well, you know, someone has said we are all sinners.
That them I say. I'm a look out for me young baby just tell mother belly and I say him born in a skin and shape in a iniquity, Mr. Motor.
If we are all sinners, there's no sinner. Just so it go.
If we are all sinners, there's no one righteous.
There's no sinner. If we are all sinners, there's no sinner.
Motor, you understand certain word, as Renee has said.
No, you know. Yeah. If everybody is sinner,
there's no sinner.
There's no sinner because they know you'd have to have somebody righteous to know say you have sin. Yeah, so if we are all sinners, there's no sinner. If we are all good, if we are all good, there's no good.
For real, because you have a contrast.
You have to have something positive. You know? That may I say, if everything positive, there's no positive.
Yeah. So, I want someone to the concept of waiting on a favor in a motor. Because if the motor, I work, me willing to work, you know. Because if the freedom, adapt me, I look for, you know. I would see this part, a black man, if you have fight him free, all along, you know, motor. All like history book, they want me read. And me, I follow the freedom fighter them.
Yeah.
Me see a man, them, if you work, you know. And me tell Rastafari, you know, so the liberation where we want, you know, in a motor. We have to achieve it politically, you know. Enough man go on like them afraid of politics, you know. Me, I tell you from them and Scott Pass said, we need to involve in a politics because we can only achieve this objective through politics.
Yeah.
Because if you study the life of Marcus Garvey and study the life of Haile Selassie and show the man them chad through, his imperial man is enough to run for politics, you know, but him end up reach there. So until him end up reaching a palace.
So like how you say that now, how far you reach in a involvement in politics?
No, I try, I know it's so far away, but I try
to. But you can't every day keep us say we must get involved in our politics, and you now make no end.
No, I try because what happened, you know, Mr. Motor. You see me, you know, me always wait on the independent party, you know.
Okay, so like what? Like Asta Black and the money.
Yeah, and the Triple P, me really want to support, but I see the man, them make no move, because I tell them, say no one man, me tell Asta Black and Miguel Lance, say no one man can do this thing in a motor.
Yeah, but me not think that PPP are one man.
No, when me say no one man, more time, them alone gone on a mission, like 1, 2, and 1, 3 man gone down this up on a mission. You know, have no man in this constituency and that you have to recruit people and share them up in the constituencies.
Yeah, and you know,
people need to be aware, you know. I mean, up on the street enough time, I make some man know about the Triple P.
And you know, see them not like that. You know, see the PPP.
No, some people at first them I hear about it and who did invent it and all them kind of thing. So the people need to more aware. You have to run all ads on radio and TV. Expose yourself and expose the thing and what you stand for and come up with some objectives.
Yeah,
because remember, you know, we are limited to 2 parties, you know. And you can't have a good competition with only 2 competitors.
Yeah, because one must come and one first and one come second.
Yeah. So that can't work,
Yeah, the CM
so
one
we need
come.
more competitors in the competition.
It's either the CM one will come first or the next one will come first. So it now make no difference.
Motor, we need to step up.
No, but when I say you keep, I say we need to step up. I mean, you still say you not step up.
Me I step up in the motor.
You step up.
I step, man. Me I do my little part higher. Because if I come to understand Rastafari and what Rastafari stand for, me I do my little thing in my little corner, motor.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, man. Me I do my thing, motor.
All right.
Trust me, because me don't tell a man. His Majesty has earned why him get higher. Earn it.
Yes, yeah.
Because His Majesty no stand for foolishness. You know, look on the speeches why man make. All the speeches of Marcus. Can me tell, you see what the Virgin I said to you a while ago there? The Virgin was saying my art of your book.
Mandito.
Me no like how my role still in the higher. Because you say to find Marcus Garvey. Me no like how my role still in the higher. Because you say to find Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey are going to leave you right to King Selassie. And if you find King Selassie first, the teaching of King Selassie are going to even lead you back to Marcus Garvey. Oh, me see them work hand in hand motor. To me, are the Christ and the prophet.
Okay, sir.
I saw me see it higher. But him have a way for reason. Can you listen to him from what day? Can I willing to even buy one and book
from
him?
Which day? Where say you listen to him from what day? Which day? Which part?
No man, enough time is listening to him pan.
Then OM said nobody now give him no chance to talk.
Me listening pan Jerry program and Jerry asked him a whole heap of question.
No, but wait, the whole on there. Him say if nobody now give him no chance. Also at the program there him talk on why him say nobody now give him no chance to talk.
Alright. You listen to all the reason with you want reason with the flat pan a level, you know. And him go overboard.
Okay.
I see him where Jerry asked him certain questions before him coming at the studio.
Yeah, okay.
And him not reason logically.
So you know say him asked him something before him coming at the studio.
Let me not listen to the program.
You mean on the program? Okay. But him say him not get no chance to talk
on
the program.
The program and the phone.
Yeah, but him say him not get no chance to talk on the phone.
Oh yes, man, he get chance, man.
Okay.
Him call and him send him text.
Okay. Oh, him and you know why I do all these things is because him feel left out because him have a book where is the authentic translation of the Bible and nobody now give him no chance.
Right.
For publicize
and the biblical part where him put in it and emphasize on the part there why man question him on the part there.
Yeah, well that may I say no because you see you hear the thing with Bible translators. Bible translators feel that them have the legitimate authority from the Almighty to translate the Bible, you know.
Perfectly, because the man said, boy, him get a vision for this testimony.
Yeah. So what happen now is that when him get that authority now from some supernatural being where him talk about, you know, when him come to you with it, if you say, and I question it, in a film thinking, you know, him say, why you question the thing and this is the authentic thing?
Right.
You know
and the thing is that him cannot explain it. Because it's like it would have come to him through a revelation, you know. And how him a reason with it in a biblical point of view, Jerry would have want him to really explain how him come up with such an idea.
Yeah. And him know why he question him now.
Yeah. All the prophecy come to him and Ray and
like
blah, blah.
Like when I relate Marcus Garvey to some things.
Yes. How him a relate Marcus Garvey and I relate the Bible and a prophecy this. So Jerry want to know how long.
Yeah, when you see because
what inspire him?
Yeah, him is like Paul, man, who get a lightning bolt on the way to Damascus. And
then me call Jerry right after one of the time, you know, me I say, Jerry, one thing me notice nowadays, you know. You see, when you write a song motor, or you do a poem, or you write a book, you have to always jot down some little explanation, or you come up with these ideas that if a man requests you for your interview, you know, they might go ask a certain question about the book or the song or whatever. Because that me always listen to artists, some author interview them, say, boy, what inspired you to write this song? You know, you're supposed to, you did have a thing draw up a long time, if I even like you, I tell.
Yeah, but you see, the problem with me as a writer, I have never been inspired by no supernatural being to write nothing.
And that most people love talk to boy, and just give me that inspiration.
Most time when I'm inspired, it's experience, or it's people me look on, or it's things when we read about, or things when we read about, or some, it's information make me get inspired, you know. It's not a supernatural being when you inspire me, it's information.
Enough people right now want to say, boy, are inspired by the Almighty to write about chikungunya. I tell you.
I wonder how the brethren that the chikungunya thing has called related to the Bible, because he must talk about that, you know, everything. But I mean, I don't understand this deluded Bible people.
I just convert them and them get converted in a Christian thinking higher.
Yeah.
And that them a convert me down.
Alright, we have to move.
I fear them and get fearful.
Yeah, we have to move.
Because the Bible say you have to fear God. And me tell them say, if God is so nice and loving, why should I fear him? See, but them not think logical. Me is a poor man and me tell them say, I am a poor man and me can't be blessed. Because the Bible say, blessed are the poor. Me say, you can't be poor and blessed. And you have to look to the rich man to get a little job or to get something to eat. That can't be.
Well, it's a blessed are the poor in spirit still.
But you must be rich in the spirit.
No, it's like somebody has said, the Bible say, render your heart and not your garment. It's not really that it says. Or people say money is the root of all evil. There's nowhere in the Bible that tells you money.
It said the love of money.
It said the love of money. And it said rent your heart.
Alright.
And not your garment. I mean, in saying that them days that people used to tear up them clothes, you know. When them find themselves in a certain situation, them rent, them tear up them clothes and do penance.
That people no look upon, you know. What the laws are used to govern the people in those times, you know, most. Can't rule, you know.
Yeah, man, that David...
Because I tell people, say the Bible is one of the most violent literature ever written, you know.
Them man used to swear by man, God, penis, man. And say, well, I'm on the penis and swear by my penis, that you never...
And if you know obey the Sabbath, they are kill you, be killed.
Yeah.
So it couldn't rule, we are now. So we have to adjust while the time evolve.
And nowadays people commit adultery and them body not kill them neither.
Them not understand.
Anyway, we have to move, Bridget, we have to move, yeah?
Give thanks, man, Rastafari.
Yes, I tell you, man, we live in a... Hey, look how people that kill people because of religion, Asta. I mean, in the name of them God, them will kill people, wipe out nations. I mean, go in our cities and kill, just like the Bible. Because look on our book of RM now, we're going our town and just start to kill people in the name of freedom, like religious fanaticism. I see them in the Bible when the people, them, the Israelites, them used to go in a certain place and kill out the people, them, in the name of freedom God. There's no difference when you look at where go on in this Torah, Pentateuch, and where go on right now. It's just that you have certain people evolve to the next level and other people still in the archaic, primitive level of them belief. Like when you find a man a behead a man now in the name of religion, say him an infidel. Them things they used to go on in a ancient, not in a ancient, in a medieval Europe. Where these guys are do and where Europeans used to do, it's not different. It's just that one evolved from that level to the next level. You know, see, so maybe it will take all another 100 years for the Islamist people them evolve to the next level. But when you look at where go on really, it's some people are mix up cultures with religion. Arab culture tell you say in Saudi Arabia a woman must drive car. That have nothing to do with the Lord say. But people will tell you say the Lord say. Everybody wants to say the Lord say. You know, God tell me for enough to walk go down there, so you know. God tell me, you know, all a man a run from a police. Him just kill a man, you know. And the police are run him down, you know. And the man jump over a fence hide from the police and them say, boy, God make the policeman not catch me, you know. Me I say, well, imagine God, him kill a man a while ago. Him rob a woman a while ago. And police not catch him, and the man tell you, say, God make the police not catch you. You ask me rob a woman down the road a while ago, and the police are running down, and God make the police not catch me. That's it. Yeah, someone has a pure nastiness on radio, for them record, you know. And when them get an award, you know, first, I want to thank the Almighty. And I say, wait. And the Almighty give inspiration for talk them nastiness. Say, what's that terrible thing? That terrible thing. Contradictions, yes, in a room. Contradiction in a room, yes.
Yeah.
Continent.
Aye.
Yeah, man, you there, man.
Yeah, man, say, since the man make a mess of Pinnacle, them drag them foot and across the T's and that all the I's. They never make the little wee things slip through their hand, you know.
Mm-hmm.
No, they don't feel fool around and make the thing slip through the hand, man. You know? Don't do that.
All right, sir.
All right, yeah.
That is the message. That is the message. All right. Don't make pinnacle slip through your hands. We depend that, okay. Yeah, this is the cutting edge on RFM. You know, say, little more from this with layer forward again with the stepping razor, the art of war, and that is happening from 2 to 5:45. Yes, and we into Black History Month. I know, say, we gone to such a core deepness in a Black History Month that it take we into one of the things them that, and I would say one of the setback in African people accepting them Africanness is the perpetuation of this doctrine, this Christian doctrine. Because most Christian, where I know in a Jamaica, most, I never say all Christian, most Christian where I know in a Jamaica, accept them African. There's a certain stigma. There's a certain stigma upon the idea of being African in Jamaica. Stigma. We have a stigma about it. Being African in Jamaica. What is the purpose of that? People say, me are not African, me are Jamaican. And right away them feel so intelligent when they people feel so intelligent when they say that, you know, especially when you who look upon it on another level now, where them never look upon it. Them see it as some logical answer. When them say, me are not African, you know, me are Jamaican because me never go to Africa yet. Check most Jamaican out there. Most. Check most Jamaican out there. If you tell them to them are African, you hear them say, me are not African, me are Jamaican because me never go to Africa yet. That is them answer. And that answer to them, very intelligent. It's a very intelligent answer. So you know if you go start questioning the logics of them intelligence now by asking them certain questions. And you realize about how them get that. How them get that them are not African, them are Jamaican because them never go to Africa yet. I mean, really, a cow have a born in a pig pen for be a cow. Anyway, a cow born, him still a cow. Him go move him a cow. You know, see it? A cow now go born in a pig pen and go, you know, not go so. But the reality is that we have been brought up to curse ourselves, curse our race. As a matter of fact, there's a thing now for people that say, there's no race, only one race, and that is the human race. And the reality, I thought they don't show me that. A man look at you and say, when him look at you, not see no black man, him not see no white man, him see a human. It's a madness. You don't separate human beings. But it's a reality that you have people with different color and shades. If you can't accept me as a black man, or you can accept me as a man. Because it's not I make myself. So why you want to say you don't see a black man and you don't see a white man, you see a man? That means, you know, when a man with don't look like you come in front of you, you keep saying you don't see a man, yet still what? Culture, time, and place make people react differently to different situations and have a certain cultural perspective. It's like how a man with a tie and a bump on him and don't feel no way to be a martyr. You have people can't perceive and conceive that in their head. Say, oh, a man could go tie and a bump on him and kill himself. You have people who go hunger strike. And then you have people who murder people. You have people who say, you can't understand how a man that kill a man or kill a baby. How that possible? And we all understand the idea of humanness and being human. As a matter of fact, the word human don't relate to everyone neither. you is you being of a certain color, man. But with another reason in that. But we understand the idea of humanness. We are all human beings. But there's something that differentiates we in time. In time. And we can't blind our eye to it. And it's not preaching it, preaching racism, and not like that. It's just accepting the reality of situation. And if you look on the world today, why is it that Africa is the richest continent but have the poorest people? And if you look at the situation in the world, especially the Western world, who is at the bottom? Who is at the bottom? Because we're not saying you have white people who are suffer. But when you look at the collectivity of the whole thing, if you go in Canada, if you go in America, 13% of the American population is black people, yet still the majority of prisoners is black. How is that possible? And how is that possible that America is a human rights country where deal with democracy and the rights of human beings, yet still America have the most prisoners in the world, more than China, where is not supposed to be a democratic country, but who is blamed for human rights atrocities and discrimination, just like how them say them have an embargo upon Cuba because of its human rights history. But me no say Cuba I try invade Jamaica because there's no way that Jamaica could have win a war against Cuba. But we see that countries who claim to be up there in human rights, them have a history of discrimination more than all of the others. And we look at America and we see it. It's in the 60s, just in the 60s, them did have toilet where say black, white. That means say, if you go in a toilet where mark white, them gonna lynch you. Can you imagine that? You have separation of toilets in America in the 60s. In the 60s. Where them lynch African people and designate and say, and this is something where other people don't believe, you know. Black people was seen as 1/5 of a human being. Think about that. Think about that, you know. Because them say, color no matter. Yet still, since Obama become president, you have more racist attack. And racism has raised its ugly head in America. More since Obama, a black man, become president of America. And I create that. Black and white is politics. Black and white is politics. And it's not I create that politics. And I recognize that you have Africans, people who nearer to the equator. The nearer you go to the equator, the more tropical it is, the darker your skin is. The further you go from the equator, in colder climes, is the whiter your skin is. When the Greeks them go to Africa, south of the Sahara, them see these people, them say, these people were burned by the sun. It's not like them did I tell. So them call the place land of the burnt faces. Land of the burnt faces. That's what them call the people them. And this place them call Egypt named Kemet. Blacks. Kemet. The old name for Egypt. And them have a name for Africa named Al-Kabulan. That is the ancient name for Africa named Al-Kabulan before the Arab them go there. So when we look on it, most of the things that we see where people actually say, you know, listen to all the song them. Most of the song them where you hear say black people and white people must come together, and black people are sing it. Most white people don't sing them song there. Both black and white must come together, and black and white must do this and black and most of the black people are sing tune like them there. Like we have beg something out of me don't know what. Oh, we come to them thing there. Check most of the tune them where you hear. We are dealing with the unification of human being and, you know, blacks and whites and all of that. Most of the black people are singing it. Look on all in Africa. Look how the ANC have fight a war against some people who oppress them. And them declare so them go and go blow up building and not the people. It's the only set of people I know think that way. That them go and blow up buildings and not people. Infrastructure, them go and devastate infrastructure and not people. Yet still, them have a man in South Africa will work on virus where can damage black people and not white people. How is that? And a man will turn around here and say, not see color. In colorblind, he must say a cow. Must a cow in be. Well, I know 8 people, but I know say I know colorblind. I know 8 people, but I know say I know colorblind. And if you want to take me upon it, I am African, and I never born in Africa. It's not because I born in Africa why I am African. It's because Africa born in I. And I not descended from no African. I am an African. All other races descend from I. I just saw it go. So I now come off it. And this is one thing that them use to turn the minds of African people. That when you start talking about Africa, and when you start talking about black, and when you start talking about history, them want to make you feel like, oh, you can't go into the past. What you want to talk about the past for? Make you talk about now. But what happened in the past is what relates to what happening now. Now don't just happen so out of the blue. Now is because of what happened in the past. So people without a knowledge of them history is like a tree without roots, according to Marcus Garvey. A people without a knowledge of them history is like a tree without roots. And right now, black people, it come like we cut off ourselves from the root. And now just go on like we are branch. It's terrible, terrible, terrible. This is the time, this is the month where we must reflect on certain things. And we need to do it continuously. Continuously. Cutting edge.
Yeah, Muta.
Yes, sir.
Bless up, man. I love the speech where I make about Africa still, but you see, what we really want to know, Muta, we don't really want racism and partiality. Right now, only unity can get back the world together. That's what I say, Muta.
Yeah, but you can't get the world together if your family not together, you know.
If my family not together.
Everything starting at the family, yes. Everything starting at the family. So
yes, everything starting at the family, but everything, remember saying I family today and say if you are dead, you know, your family now have hand in there and I'm dead, so you. So, think vice versa, just like the Bible.
No, no vice versa, nothing. Everything start in the family.
Right.
And if you have a good family, you will have a good nation. If you have a good nation, you will have a good world. But because we neglect our family and start to go on like other people, when we talk about race, we not talk about no hate. Or you come up to there about race. We not
no, because me I sure say, you know, remember saying, you know, when we did Africa, you know, we did it at a place to ourselves, you know. And we talk English language, you know, we used to talk a different type of language.
Yeah.
So the white man come there and him teach we Muta and him bring with.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So today, even though they do bad to us still, you know, by in a slavery and everything, we still have to try to build a unity, you know, make we can grow stronger together more than.
Yeah, but you're not hearing me I say. You're not hearing me I say no.
Yeah, here we are.
The argument about build unity with people who oppress you is one thing. The argument with build unity with your family first before you can extend yourself is the next thing. You cannot look for unity if you don't have that unity in your family first.
Mother, you see right now, me not have no unity with my family because every day I be a war and problem.
Then all you gonna have unity with the whole universe.
I know me a classic, because here what me know, me a youngest one in my family, Muta. My brother got dead.
You saw you no man. When me say family, so you got now, you got two people living at your house.
No, man, no people live in a house, man. I tell you what happened. I want big piece of land we live on, 5 houses away upon one land, family, one big plot.
Yeah, that may show you.
And that's no tenement yard. If I do you live here, that's a Jelax can live in a tenement yard.
Yeah, but so you got with the tenement, that's what me did there with it when me say family.
So it's not tenement yard, Muta?
No, when me say family, me I deal with the same argument about black people.
So now black people we are deal with boss, I mean I tell you a reason why me and them can't live good.
But yeah, white people live good though.
Yes, man.
Okay, all right. That may I show you.
Yes, man. Cause here what know them me I talk
so
English.
You ever live with white people? Oh, so you feel good for no so they make you talk English. So them
yes, man. English is one of the most popular language in the whole world, man.
And them say that good for you. That good, right?
That good for you whole away, man.
Yeah. All right, sir.
So listen what happened now, Muta. My brother got dead. And my youngest one, and we get piece of the best piece of the land on the front part now, the roadside. So now, I'm my only brother left.
Yeah, but it's a long story you're going to tell me that, so now I can't work.
Story, man. I done it, man.
At 22 minutes past, when you tell me a long story. You ever live amongst white people yet?
More than you know what I talk to you.
No, me no business what I talk to me. I ask if you ever live amongst white people yet.
Yes, man. What do you find a white woman on the grill, man?
Oh, you find a white woman on the grill? I know you don't live.
Inside of Margaritaville, one place named Beach.
Yeah, are you happy now, right?
No, man, so me not come and hire from come be with no Muta, man. I'm happy. If me happy, me married and the hotel all long and
then that you don't tell me say you find a white woman on the grill.
So me no run, me come back and me yard come.
Why? They me not feel that it's happy with a white woman, Rasta?
So me not could have happy said way, but
why you never happy? Why you never? No, me don't know. Me never married to a white woman yet. Me don't know.
Me don't know neither, because I never married to none neither.
You know, that you just tell me. So you find a white woman on the grill.
Yes, but me with married Muta, me not tell you, so me come back and me yard come sit down, man, and all this.
So why you never married to her? Why you never married to her? Why you never married to her?
Because in that time, I expect some work up at IRFM and thing.
And money you look for the white woman, man. I don't love you that.
No, man, I no money, man. I work, me go down to work and the woman love me off Muta.
But you never love her. You never love her.
Huh?
You never love her.
Me not hate no white people,
no,
Muta, man. Woman rich, no, man. Woman rich and multi-billionaire. Hotel in no Muta.
But you never love her.
You never love her.
She love you, but you never love her.
I mean, Muta.
You did love her?
Huh?
You did love her?
You know, so me you go down the one day and rent a room.
Wait. Me ask you a question if you did love her. Alright, you see there, you never love her. Me gonna left you. See there? Look how long me ask you the question. If you didn't love her, you keep you never love her. But you still tell me about no racism and them something there. You can't deal with your family or your yard. You go and nigga and go get a white woman. The white woman love you, but you never love the white woman. So what you talk about? Madness. Ah, it's we are telling the program is easy, you know. We are telling the program, the man say, Muta, you don't know who talk to you. I mean, what the hell I business who talk to me? It's a conversation I had. No, hey, why? We have to write a book about this program. Continent, 23 years. Or 25 years, I read them there, but trust me, man. Some things, you know, say about people out there laugh. If I laugh, so I can't imagine some listeners out there laugh when this brother come for the radio and talk with my son.
Chinese name Jin and Jong. Macintosh came from Scotland. Indian name Raja and Gabasta. I'm sure Smith come from Africa. And it's a version, I'm a King James version. There's other Africa came to God not Eden. This year, Africa version.
Yes.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, what going Muta?
I'm there.
Boy, I love your program, man. You always have me a laugh, you know?
Boy, me a laugh. That's one of my program, me a laugh, so.
Listen, them people, all them take it to a different point so fast. Like, me I tell you, we never did that so with that thing there. You know, you change it up by you quick, man. Me have to laugh all the time, man.
Me I tell you.
You know what me I say to Muta, you see, some Ivan Van Serti, man. Bring back some of them, depend them.
No, we still bring them back, man. How are yourself, man?
Ivan, some Nine McBar.
You know, so we don't go play John Henry Clark tonight, and through the
John Henry Clark. Call him me, call him for tell us John Henry Clark.
John Henry Clark will line up here so a while ago, and we not get to play it because of all this thing.
I tell you, and enough time you play them already, you know?
Yeah, but we have to play them again, man. We have to play them again. And we have more too, we not play now. We have a whole John Henry Clark, we not play now. Believe you, man.
Yeah.
Ben Buchanan and all them, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, Ben, them, man.
We're going to bring them forward, believe you, man.
Nine McBar, you play on tape with Nine McBar when we talk about them, about your mind.
Yes.
Oh, your mind work.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. But put back some Egypt, go back in a chemic with it, man. Sometimes I could go further with it, no.
No, you what? A time and time, you know. You don't see it. So it's a time and time.
Yeah.
It's like how we come the other day with some tape and people and say, well, them never hear them tape them before, and Sister Charlotte.
You play them already.
Me know that a whole people never hear it.
Don't know much about the Bible. You play them already.
Yeah, but you know,
them on cassette.
watch out, you know much people call me about that tape the last week.
You play that, you saw it on cassette.
Yeah, me know, but me I tell you that even though you didn't hear it, you have thousands of people out there the first time hear that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's why it got revision. We call it revision per continent sometime.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
Give thanks, brethren. Give thanks.
I love it off, man. And just keep it up, man.
All right, sir. Yeah, man. May I tell you, the tape them, all the people them. Listen to this. Poetry regarding I know.
Somebody's always bad-mouthing black men. And most of what they say is true. But it's not true about most black men. This is a praise song. Hum a little Billy Harper if you want to. But up out of my heart, which ain't no easy place, I give thanks for the births of all the black, brown, and beige brothers who struggled to get out of that birth canal and have since never tried to re-enter. Give thanks to all the brothers who know and have always known the value of family, as opposed to dropping seeds in every reachable field of glory. Give thanks to all the brothers who accompany their women into the delivery rooms to witness and participate in the positive welcoming of their newborn into this world. Give thanks to brothers who actively join in controlling births and preventing diseases. Give thanks to brothers who work unbelievably effed up jobs to secure the needs of their families, especially the ones who thought about running but never could. Give thanks to brothers who cook and clean and change diapers without fear of their penises falling off. Give thanks to brothers who take care of their children. Give thanks for brothers who are actively involved in the development of their children, who know their highs and lows, their likes and dislikes. Special thanks to the brothers who managed this irregardless of their relationships with the mothers. Give thanks to the brothers who save other brothers' harvest, who take the mother and therefore take the children, whether they are liked by them or not. These brothers don't come in masses, but are many enough to mention. Give thanks to the brothers who have no children, but who treat all of our children like they are really all ours. And instead of worrying them about the win of fatherhood, we should be grateful for the love they do share. Give thanks for brothers who love and respect their mothers, and therefore love and respect black womanhood. Give thanks to brothers who let a woman be herself without trying to mold her or shape her into a piss-poor imitation of a white girl. Give thanks to brothers who like the women they sleep with and who don't sleep with women they don't like. Give thanks for the brothers who have taken the time and the care to patch up the injuries on the hearts of sisters who ran head on into the wrong nigger. Give thanks for brothers who let their black women be their friends without trying to seduce them further on down the road. Give thanks to brothers who don't take advantage of women even when they know they can. Those who pass up the opportunities to pimp no matter how available they may be. Give thanks to the brothers who have never, ever raised their hands against a woman. Let me just back up and give them a little bit more thanks on that. Give thanks to brothers who oppose rape first in their hearts and who defend black women without having to know them. I'm talking about those stalking moments when sisters ask unknown brothers to walk with them or watch them to their cars, and the average blood who gives her that coverage without a pause. Give thanks to the brothers who resisted and do resist enslavement through drugs, and for the lesser heroes, give thanks also for those who are enslaved but yet warn others about the wicked possibilities. Give thanks for brothers who love other brothers without fear of freakiness. Give thanks to brothers who tell the police nothing. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow too. Divine thanks to those who will die and have died rather than betray black secrets. Give thanks to brothers who receive fame and yet remain beautifully true to the race and its image. Give thanks for the brothers who are self-employed and the inspiration they give us all as we struggle to be self-reliant. And give everlasting thanks to any and all brothers who have paid the extravagant cost of being brothers, no matter how high the bill.
Continent with Mutabaruka. We are listening to our meds. You know here. Continent. The end. The end.
I'm a running African, running from Babylon. I'm a running away.
Yeah, I'm a running African. All we have to be running. Yes. Cutting edge.
Kick it.
Blessed man.
Kick it.
Alright, sir. Wait a minute.
Oh, Muta. Boy, I can't stop laughing about brother there.
The one with the white one there. Eh?
Boy, I'm mad man, I tell you.
After the man start out the thing intelligent and tell me now, some boy right now, you know, the racism thing. I'm not telling about family now, I'm not telling about him. I mean, yeah.
But you don't understand what you say when you say family in a motor?
No, I'm not understand. I'm not talking about that. In Ghana, Negro will not go get white woman and then must say no match to the white woman. I think it's a problem.
You know, say I know you have me that one motor.
Oh, yeah, listen. You're supposed to feel warm when you hear the program. You're supposed to feel warm up there right now when you hear the program.
We're not supposed to cool again.
No, you're not supposed to cool. You're supposed to feel warm, man. I'll tell you, man. The program is not sound, man.
Anyway. The man there is the man there, man.
So, how you go out with the cool up the man? I mean, how it a treat you?
Fine. That treat, I go on, but me just stay in, you know, when me not hurt, me stay in, man.
Yeah, yeah, so the man that tell people not to come out. The man tell people not to come out in a Boston and them place.
Yeah, that's how mine in New York and me there. It's not too bad about me there, I'm still in, but only got the ice out there, seeing way up on the road.
On the road, yeah.
You know, man, the ice out there, man. I never know, man, I walk on ice in a motor and drive on ice.
Oh, I did say one night me I drive from Long Island, you know, and I come down, you know, and the car, me I drive in a skid and I lick up on the side of one of the road, you know, me say I'm frightened out rotting. Because when I look behind me, I don't see no car. When I look in front of me, I don't see no car. I don't my car alone. I come down on the road.
Yeah. I know saying a Long Island, me there though.
A Long Island, eh?
No, man, I tell you,
say, me freak out, man. Because when we look, we have to
man, I'm
pure white.
you know, I'm to last night, you know.
It's
the car just start skid for me, and I have to grab him and say, me to one man.
And you know, say, if you don't try turn the car and just make it go and run where it go, you not get yourself another problem. More time I'm frightened, you get frightened and start turn the car a certain way that it now go. No, I tell you that, the night when I look, I look behind, I appear white, I see. When I look over the edge, I appear white, I see. And I tell you, man, I get frightened, man. But not never wrong with the car still. So me did that. Me did able to drive over me. Yeah, man, give thanks.
Yeah, man. But you know what, years ago, I listen to your program, Motor for me, I look a boy. So my father, cutting edge, can't miss him, you know. Every night in coming in, turn on to cutting edge.
I know you turn on to it.
No, man, no, RFM has a station for me, a baby boy. Right. You know what I'm to?
Yeah.
RFM was brought in August, and August my born.
Okay, all right,
so
sir.
They attached with us, so we not left Irie.
Yeah, we're supposed to have a big celebration.
Yeah, man, yeah, man.
All right.
So we go for all the exchange, we go straight, you know?
Yeah, man, give thanks, Bridget.
Kick it.
Stay warm up there, man.
Get so scared I run from the fool of the slave. Never knew the slave boy's son was on my train. I'm running away.
Yes, run.
Yeah, fire motor.
Yeah, blessed man.
You know, now, one night we wake up and hear a music playing from the eye. And it's like, you know, I know what the eye do the music. That's what me hear the night. It says, go down, Jesus, go down in the abyss. Are the eye do that music there?
Yeah. I know the tune where you're talking about. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, you can't run a film fit tonight. You can't never get to the full. I music, if you play a whole heap, you know. Yeah, man, I music, if you play a whole heap, Bertrand.
Yeah, but if I play it whole heap, don't hear, so I play my own tune them.
No wrong with that.
Me, still you tell them, I tell you, oh, you play your tune there.
But go and hang up and listen to that music there, yeah, brother.
You don't know the tune. You may not have the tune you talk still. All right, sir, go and look out for it, yeah?
All right, sir.
Yeah, the man same way here when I Mutabaruka tune. I shall not make him ask for it and don't play it for him.
Area shot.
Yes, cutting edge.
Motor.
Yes, sir.
Yes, good morning.
Morning, sir.
I would like to have a private talk with you. I'm asking I could get your number that I could get to you.
You want to have a private talk with me?
Yes, sir.
All right. We have to call back the operator and make you give the number.
All right, not tell her.
All right. Oladum from Brazil.
Alright, everything's gonna be alright. No woman will cry. Catch a fire, you're going to get burned now.
Yeah, you're listening to Taj Mahal. So give thanks to the moment, give thanks to the time and the energy, give thanks to all who spend the time with me. Till now, you know, so come forward a little more from this 2 o'clock p.m. that is to 5:45 p.m. with the stepping razor, the art of war. So, Matrix in the house. Matrix in the house.
Good God, I think it's illiteracy. It's only a machine that makes money.
Yeah, the man called Taj Mahal with original Peter Tosh style slave driver. Okay, so here 1 hour. We're gone, you know. Because Matrix in the house. I'm going to take it till 6 o'clock. Non-stop sleeping. You think Matrix not sleep and never play the music then? Non-stop sleeping, never go away. Yeah, so, yeah man, that's where it go. We're gone, as we say. Cutting edge.
Don't you know, we're talking about a revolution.
REFM, thought-provoking, always smoking. Lyrics like a bazooka. You are listening to Mutabaruka.
Don't you know, we're talking about a revolution sounds. Don't you know